Kobe to have one MVP, Ray, it's just absolutely criminal. That's how.
Shaq only got one too. That's crazy.
But
They literally call him the most dominant force in NBA history, but he only got one MVP. And
you, you,
he
you
dominated the league for 3 straight years.
man, either they don't know, don't show, or they don't care what happened on that LA flow.
And it's crazy. They talk about, man, that was a dynasty. How many dynasties only got one MVP?
Don't Tim Duncan got two MVPs? No offense to Tim Duncan, but
If he got two, I'd be very surprised. But I'm not. I would. Well,
I think he got two,
if
right?
he got two, that's crazy.
And that
Because he
that is
never.
my problem.
He. How do you take a lesser role to fit within a system and you still get MVPs?
Shit.
That's crazy.
Remember I told you the Kobe thing is always being touchy because everybody
Yep,
knows
he a
he's first.
two-time MVP.
Yep, I had a feeling. Don't Garnett got two?
I think Garnett only got one.
Okay. Because I ain't gonna stunt. That power forward era was crazy.
Tim Duncan got him back-to-back years.
See, he don't deserve that. Steve Nash stole one. And I think Tim Duncan stole one. Remember I said Kobe should have had one?
And Tim Duncan almost got three in a row because he finished second in 2000, 2001.
Bro. I gotta go back and watch some Duncan, bro.
He almost got four in a row because the year after he won back-to-back, 03, 04, he finished second again. So he could have had four in a row.
I gotta go watch some old Duncan, bro, because I remember, bro, was great. Don't get me wrong, but come on, bro. You see, I've been working on the background and stuff. I'm gonna make it better when I get out. I was just playing
Yeah, I
around.
seen it. When I hopped in, I said, it's different.
I'm gonna put something in the background.
See, this how disrespectful they was to Shaq. No offense to Jason Kidd, but Jason Kidd should not finish ahead of Shaq in any MVP race.
Whoa, when did Jason
01, 02.
Man, Jason Kidd
The same year that the Nets got swept by them, he finished ahead of him in the MVP race. He got some well, shooting wise he ain't got Steve Nash numbers, but stat wise, otherwise he averaged like almost 15 points, 7 rebounds and 10 assists, over 2 steals. But yeah, his shooting is atrocious. Oh my god.
Bro, you know they called him
39%
Ace Kid.
field. Huh?
You know they called him Ace Kid because he didn't have no J.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's hilarious. How do you feel about Jason Kidd?
He's a great facilitator, a great playmaker, a great defender, even a great rebounder.
Okay.
He was kind of a jack of all trades. He just wasn't a great shooter.
I was hearing a lot of he became a great shooter too. That's the crazy.
Yeah, but by that point, he really didn't have much left in the tank. All he could do was just be a set shooter.
Yeah.
And when you think about some other players that wasn't great shooters, but over time they became great set shooters, I think about Magic Johnson.
Yeah. I'll give you that. And with Dallas, that boy was shooting 46%, 44%, 37% during the finals run. That is really good, bro. I get when was he going to all them finals? Oh, okay. 01, 02, and 02, 03. That boy was shooting.
Got swept in both.
That boy was shooting 18.
That's still crazy.
Oh
That's
my
Buffalo Bills type of mess.
He averages
back finals and get embarrassed like that.
His shooting splits is terrible. You know, I hate that. 39% from the field, 32% from three for his career in the playoffs.
02, 03 is when I said Kobe should have won it for sure. Was averaging 30 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, over 2 steals, almost a block. Shot 45% from the field, 38% from the three, 84% from the free throw.
And that was
Had a higher win share than Shaq.
What year was that?
0203. Kobe, that was in my opinion the first year Kobe was like, Shaq, I'm the guy now. Like that's what I feel like that year 0203, I feel like Kobe was like, this is my coming out party as I'm no longer looked at as like it's not even you can't even call me a sidekick no more if you wanted to.
Yeah. I guess I gotta get that up out of there.
I want to say that was that year when Kobe was having them crazy shooting. Almost broke that on that record. 10 straight 40-point or more games, and then on the 10th game he sacrificed on that record because Phil was like, we're losing a big fella. I'm like, man, I don't care because at that point y'all end up losing them anyways 2 years later.
Man, bro, if we keeping it a buck, bro, Kobe was 1B after their first finals.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if anybody else had any doubts, Kobe was like, I'm just letting y'all know now for sure.
I'm saying they lied to me my whole life. You know, I was really young back then. I ain't understand. I just used to hear Kobe was number 2. But then when I go back and look at the stats, remember I went back and watched the Indiana Pacers series. Kobe changed that series. Lakers was struggling when he went down. When he hurt himself, Lakers was kind of struggling, bro.
Yeah.
And then he came back and clamped up. He came back and clamped up. Like Jalen Rose, bro. People forget Jalen Rose averaging like 20 that year. I think. Let me go look.
And say Reggie Miller was still pretty good during that time.
Reggie Miller. He looked kind of nasty or some of them.
I'm saying he was still. I'm not saying like he was prime Reggie, but I'm just saying like he was still a threat out there. Like you couldn't.
Yeah, no doubt. See, Jalen Rose was averaging 21, 4, and 3. That's good, bro. That's good as hell in the playoffs. And then let's see what Reggie Miller was doing. Because my whole thing was, bro, Rick Smith. Come on now. Who's the other dude they had? The black dude. And I think they had Austin. Wasn't Austin Crozier came in for a little time too? Oh. But yeah, man.
He had Jeff Foster and Dale Davis.
Yeah, that's not moving me, bro.
Dale Davis is alright, but yeah, that ain't no competition.
Let me find that year.
But no, Reggie Miller averaged 18 in the season.
He averaged 24 in the playoffs, though.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna do this.
His numbers.
Yep.
His numbers definitely went up by 6 points.
But I did. No.
Yeah, that's national TV schedule taking off presented by Turkish Airlines.
But let me see what he was averaging in the finals.
Yeah. Fuck her.
Who TV is it? Somebody TV loud.
Oh, that's probably my fault.
What?
You done up here?
I'm over here watching Golden State in Boston.
Bro, I'm gonna go on a little rant about TNT out, bro. See, TNT out is terrible, bro. That mother don't never work. It ain't worked since I downloaded it 2 years ago. I ain't watched the
TNT work for me
game in 2 years, bro. Because the app
worked for me.
That app don't work for me, bro.
That motherfucker worked gorgeously.
See, nah, that hoe don't be working, bro. So you got the app and not cable?
I have the app.
See, yeah, I got the app. I don't know why the fuck my shit don't work.
Wait, so but you ain't got no cable though, do you?
I got access to cable, but it's just like I'll be having to put the cable stuff in for the app.
Yeah, you do. That's the only way it's gonna work.
But that's what I'm saying. See, it don't work. Yeah, I guess since we doing this, yeah, I
I
guess
could
we
have
can.
swore.
Y'all like y'all display names to be up.
I don't care.
Yes, it don't matter.
It be looking crowded once it look like that. Like if once you add stuff to the background, like if I get just trying to play with the background, I'm gonna make backgrounds and stuff. So it'll look better without the background. I mean, without it.
I'll try.
I guess it look cool like this when we not on camera. I ain't gonna say this really player. Let's make it seem like radio.
Oh, I was about to take my camera thing back on.
It don't matter. Shit, we can do whatever. But I ain't gonna say this looks clean. Y'all ain't feeling this?
I ain't even at my phone right now, bro.
No, I'm saying this is cool though. In my opinion, this boy got 2 Kobe's. Yeah, alright. Say, bro, my hair be so nappy. This used to be. I gotta pick a new haircut day. It used to be Thursdays.
I gotta maintain the waves. That's why I got my do-rag on.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you had a box.
So that was that Carter influence.
Yeah. Bro, you was. I'm glad bro. You was. Ooh, that's crazy. They say glow up. Both man, my face was bumped up and shit. New Year's be crazy, bro.
That was crazy though. Like out of nowhere, I used to have a smooth phase. I got to high school.
My shit was bumpy since middle school. Yeah. And what I was gonna say, what you on radio phone?
No, on my laptop.
Well, why your shit so clear? You got a webcam?
Built in through the app. I mean, through the laptop. I got a Mac.
Nigga, I do too.
Well, I don't know. Probably 'cause I got more light in here. So if I turn this light off and turn that other lamp on, it ain't gonna look as clear.
Oh, when I get the stuff about that office, I'm gonna give me a little desk. I'm gonna put my little. I had the other mic for the help come down, and then I'm gonna get a light for the background. Mm-hmm.
Shit, right now.
Ain't that somebody
He might not come. I sent the invite, but he might not show. We be doing a show on Tuesday, so if he come, he come. If he don't, but we'll start again, man. We'll start again. I be having to get some of these behind the scene outtakes. Get a little some of our personalities. Yeah, man. We could be chill a little bit. That shit's so goddamn rainy. I'm gonna give me a webcam. But so what your settings is, right? You go to camera and it say what it say? Your camera resolution.
480 standard definition.
Yours is 480?
Yep.
That shit, you lying. Your shit look, man. It probably is the lighting.
What is it supposed to be on? High definition? Oh, that's what you're saying it look like.
Yours look high definition.
Oh, let me put it on high definition, see what it look like.
That shit look good. It is no difference. You might as well change it back. Like, I think it'll start buffering the higher you go. You try on.
Yeah, I'm just on FaceTime HD camera.
See, that's so cap. I'm on the same thing.
I don't know what this is.
Bro, what? Damn, I did just go outside. I probably goddamn fly in here. I hate this.
That boy got that Life Jennings beard.
Man, bro, I don't know my pick yet. I don't know my brush yet. This should be crazy. But yeah, man, we just go ahead and get it started, man. We got to look the outtakes out the way, the behind the scenes. Let's go on started, man.
As Curry gets a steal, dribbling to get it to Thompson. He takes on Brown and Clay Thompson.
Because we still do have a lot to talk about. And y'all know, y'all because I'm editing this out. This gonna be a separate video where it be like behind the scenes. You know, people will want to hear us talking, just talking shit, talking regular talk. Yeah,
oh man. You said what?
How y'all feel about the Cowboys, real quick? I guess we'll start in like 10 minutes.
If Dak come to play, they dangerous. If Dak only show up for one half, they just an average team.
My thing is with
Dak,
Dak,
the defense gonna show up, but it depends on how Dak show up.
I've been telling people.
Huh?
What you guys want to say?
I'm like, are we sure the defense gonna show up?
Have they not shown up since last year?
Hold on, Ray. Don't act like that defense ain't just been on 10 all year. Don't do that.
What defense has been consistent from the past 2 seasons every game?
San Francisco.
Ray, he's a Ravens fan.
So why didn't they? Hold on a second.
He's a fan of the Ravens.
Wait, did you say every game, or you just talking about recently?
For the past 2 seasons, what defense has been more consistent than the Dallas Cowboys?
I'm still gonna say San Fran.
And you smoking crack if you think they was a better defending team last year than they than the Cowboys was. This year you got to argue.
Wait. This is the only reason why I say I can't say that y'all were just the best. I'm not just because of the simple fact we know Micah was going off. I'm not taking him away. But Trayvon Diggs has still one of the most controversial seasons I've seen from a quarterback in a very long time.
What was controversial about it? Let's get this out the way. What was controversial about Trayvon Diggs?
Don't tell me you one of those stat guys like, well, you know he didn't do this. I'm like, bro,
it's very simple. He led the league in interceptions. I'm not taking it away from him, but he also led the league in yards getting caught on him.
And then this year he changed that, and people still criticizing. So what's the point?
I'm talking about last year, but
I'm saying this year he's still getting criticized. And he changed that though.
If you're talking next year, the only reason why I can say y'all is that y'all pass rush has been very inconsistent. Like when I first started the season, that was y'all identity, right? It was like y'all was getting to the quarterback, y'all was hitting niggas in the mouth type shit. But like literally the second half of the season, there was it was an obvious drop. How much y'all were getting to the quarterback?
What happened when we played Minnesota? What did Justin Jefferson do?
I ain't giving you minutes. I see the reason all that is minutes. I'm sorry, Minnesota is just a fluky team. If you would have said anybody else, I would have argued you all day. I cannot fuck with Minnesota, bro. Minnesota's
Chris.
But if you want to say you beat me because of that, then I'll give it to you, bro. But I'm not fucking with Minnesota, bro. I am not fucking with Minnesota, and I've been saying it all year. I do not fuck with Minnesota, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be one of them, Ray. I ain't gonna lie to you, Chris. Who you a fan of? Who's your team?
I'm a fan of Baltimore, but
where are they? Where are they?
The same place Minnesota is.
We don't root for Minnesota.
We
I
don't.
Them up they got a top 5 receiver.
But see, DJ, you putting team against team. I ain't doing that. All I'm saying is that I still believe that the Minnesota Vikings are a fluke team. And
do they not have a top 5 receiver?
Yeah, but they ain't got no top quarterback. That's part of the problem.
He's a top.
Their top 5 receiver.
Their defense is suspect. Their defense is suspect. Bro, that nigga Kirk Cousins is literally just throwing that bitch over there, bro. Kirk Cousins is not no top quarterback. He may get his numbers, but he ain't no top quarterback like that.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Chris. I ain't going.
You ain't
We
gotta
are
go,
better
bro.
than
But
the
I'm telling you,
Ravens, better than the Vikings, and we're
if you go
still
back and
alive.
look back and look at the Vikings, bro. A lot of their wins was literally they had to come back and win that shit, and it's too close for comfort. That's why I haven't trusted the Vikings all year. They were literally the one team with one of those records. I was like, yeah, nah, bro. First round of the playoffs, them niggas is gone.
But it's a
I just
one
I
game. It's a one game thing. That can happen to anybody.
Nah,
Like
bro.
losing in the first round can happen to
I looked
anybody in
at
football.
Minnesota and I looked at all the potential teams that could potentially make it in the playoffs. So when you go back and look, right, just how Ray mentioned what the Dallas Cowboys did to Minnesota, right? Go back
Mm.
and look at all the teams that beat the shit out of them. Philly did it first, the Cowboys did it, and then they let the Colts do it. Now the Colts let their dumb ass come back, but the Colts are the Colts, so you know that's what it is. But then they let the Packers beat their ass. And we've been talking shit about the Packers, and niggas been talking shit about the Packers all goddamn year. So no, bro, I'm not. Minnesota is a fluky team, and go look at the scores of all of their wins. They might have one where it was just like a dominant ass win. But other than that, bro,
Okay,
the
let's
shit just
cut
been
to the
too
chase.
close to
What kind of team
comfort.
do you think the Cowboys are?
Huh?
What kind of team do you think the Cowboys are?
The Cowboys are a team that if the front seven can get to the quarterback, and I'm just talking about right now, based off of the injuries that y'all have in the secondary, the Cowboys are a team right now that if they can get to the quarterback and if they can get that run game going, they can beat anybody. They can beat anybody. Now, the last game, I will give Dak a lot more. Well, I got to look at Tony Pollard's numbers. I don't know what he did as far as
Man, come
rushing,
on, Dak threw 5
but
touchdowns. I don't even hate him
well,
that much.
no. I'm not taking that away
I always
from
say
him,
I gotta
but
look
I
at
don't
Tony
know,
Pollard.
DJ.
I
Yeah.
I
gotta look at
look at the
Tony
whole.
Pollard to see how Dak did.
I didn't say that. I said the running
No,
game.
Chris,
I said I had to
that
look
was
at Tony
wild, and
Pollard
I
and
hate
see.
that.
No, I said I had to go look at Tony Pollard and see how the running game is. But besides that, I'm not taking nothing away from Dak from this game. Y'all jumped ahead before y'all let me finish because we've seen in the past if Dak has a run game that's pretty much dominant, he can take that and beat anybody. I've seen it with my own two eyes. This last game was all him, clearly with the passing. I just wanted to see how the running game was doing. Just because if the running game to me was struggling against Tampa Bay, I feel like they're going to struggle a lot more against San Francisco. That's why I said I want to go look at Tony Pollard's numbers and see what he put up. Because I know Zeke didn't do a lot last game. But I
Zeke
want to
is
actually
a
see what the
quarterback.
running game is.
I finna say Zeke just in there really
Zeke is
just
a quarterback.
the third and short
He is.
and on the what's it called on the goal line type stuff. He more of
Yeah.
just a bruiser now. He ain't out there trying to get no 100 yards no more.
Fullback
Nah.
Zeke. You say
But
So
I
he
still, but
Moose
bro, still,
Johnson now.
bro. But nah, bro, still Minnesota is a fluky team, bro. Like I understand like that you gotta play who you gotta play and all that extra shit, bro. But when I've seen them play and when I've seen the way that they've had to come back and do all this other shit and scratch and claw and do these close ass games that's barely by a possession, I wasn't
this
going,
is
bro.
NFL, boy. A win's a win. We fucking squeaked it out
A
against
win is
Houston.
a
We
win,
squeaked
but
it out against
DJ, that's literally how they've been winning all year. Like I said, I have to go back and look and just see. I can't
yeah,
think of
yeah.
just
There was
like
in a lot
a
of close
dominant
games.
win. Like, okay, so right now I can
I mean,
say
no, Chris, this is what I'm saying. That don't mean nothing. The only thing
yes,
that
it
matters is you
does.
win the
Yes,
game
it
and play.
does.
You felt like you didn't have no faith in them, but they still was a good team. That's a good roster. The fact that they was underperforming, I mean, they still had a good record, good roster, top 5 player in the league. Justin Jefferson was a
Yeah,
top 10
Justin
player in the
Jefferson
whole league.
is a top five receiver in the league. But bro, even with all that, when I go back and look, and I have watched a lot of Minnesota football, but some of these wins, like you said, a W is a W. But some of these it's too many where it's like you have to have some dominant wins in the NFL, bro. And I cannot think of one that they've had.
They didn't dominate no damn body. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. They were all close. So when it comes time to playoffs and literally one mistake can get your ass sent home, like the way that they've been doing all season and just been getting lucky, I'm like, no, bro, these playoff teams are too good. because they were having games against teams like that they had no business having games like that against. No
You're right.
business whatsoever. That's all I'm saying. Like that's literally how they won their games all season, bro. I can't
You
think
are.
of just like, oh shit, they done put up da 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 like work like I can't think of no game like that. Maybe that first game against the Packers, the first game of the season, that might be their only one.
I'm just gonna
But
end the football talk with this. Fuck the Vikings. Fuck the Eagles. Fuck the Ravens. Cowboys for life. Yeet. Okay. Y'all ready?
hold on, bitch ass nigga. I was kind of rooting for y'all, but now you starting to make me change my mind.
How is it y'all? You like 20 minutes away.
I don't like them niggas. I don't like them niggas.
You have no reason to not like the Cowboys.
I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan.
You're a contrarian. I understand. But you got to understand the Cowboys is the biggest sports franchise in the world when it comes to American sports. So it's like we right up there with the Yankees, the Lakers.
It's you disgusting ass fans. It don't matter what the hell going on. It don't matter to be 3-12. We still the number one. I don't give a fuck. You're losing.
Well, all right. I'm finna start. Welcome back to the Hoopy Stories podcast, where we put basketball in proper perspective. I'm Diddy Knows Ball. I'm here with Ray and White Boy Chris. Today's episode, we're doing a mid-season review. We're going to talk about the top 10 power forwards and Paolo Banchero's start as a rookie and how he compares to other rookies all time and things of that nature. So, let's pop it off. Mid-season review. Y'all want to start in the West or the East?
I guess
I'm hell, man.
I got the West pulled up right now, so I guess I'll go through that. The Nuggets and Grizzlies are clearly the top two teams. The Nuggets at 1, Grizzlies at 2. The Sacramento Kings have jumped the Pelicans for the 3rd spot. The Pelicans are in the 4th spot. Mavericks are in the 5th spot. Golden State
still hurt, ain't he?
Yeah.
And then, Jazz in the 7th, Clippers at 8, and then the Thunder at 9, and then the Timberwolves at 10. So, what's going on in the West in y'all eyes? I'll start with you, Ray. Go ahead.
Phoenix been a disappointment.
Have they?
Have they?
Have they?
Injury's part of the game. So, yes, they have.
But you can't say
they're no longer even in the play-in.
Wait. Are you saying that they are disappointed because of expectation, or because the only way you can be disappointed is if you had expectations?
They were just in the Western Conference Finals last year and the finals before that, and now they're not even in the play-in right now.
No, sir. No Western Conference Finals last year. They were in the semifinals.
They was in the semi. They was supposed to be in the Western Conference Finals. That was a disappointment in itself. So they just continuing from that disappointment. Is what I'm saying. But yeah, what team has been more disappointing than them?
In the West, we gonna keep it in the West. Close. The Warriors. You don't think the Warriors and the Clippers are more disappointing than the Suns? And the Trailblazers, the Timberwolves, there's a lot of teams more disappointing than the Suns. I'm not gonna lie. The Lakers, sir.
The Lakers, sir. The Suns. That what you're telling me? We had higher expectations for the Clippers and the Suns coming into the season. That what you're telling me?
I did. You want to go back to our
healthy.
Conference predictions?
People don't even talk about Kawhi and Paul George no more.
Do you want to go back to our conference predictions?
Who talks about Paul George still?
Bro, I'm gonna pull up
your
conference predictions.
Who talks about Paul George? You got to get off that, DJ. This is no longer the same Paul George, and he's shown that. Like that football coach said, we are who we thought they were. That's exactly who Paul George is.
They are who we thought they were.
See, you had Phoenix at 5. I had Phoenix at 8. So it's you had them too high. Huh? I had the Clippers at 4.
That was there. Was
you had the Clippers at 3, so how is the Suns more disappointed? That's what I'm saying. The Clippers are the most disappointing team in the West, right? It's not close. they've been healthy. They just haven't been playing. Dudes have been sitting out.
I
So
thought Kawhi was gonna play more games. That's shame on me.
he's sitting.
Yeah, it is shame on you for thinking
He been
Kawhi
sitting
Leonard
out.
was going to play more games. It's shame on you.
He been sitting.
As long as you know, we all have to be able to admit our wrongs.
I can say everybody plays the fool sometimes.
Because I'm gonna
Yeah,
go through your
but
predictions, right? Since you forgetting where you came from. You had Denver at 1, Dallas at 2, Clippers at 3, Pelicans at 4, Phoenix at 5, Golden State at 6. So I look at the standings. You was right about the Warriors. You was right about the Pelicans. Damn,
I was right about Denver. I
you was
just
right
put
about
that in.
Denver. So
That's the thing
I'm
about
trying to see how
predictions. You're not
Phoenix.
gonna be all the way on point.
Nah, I know, but I'm trying to see how Phoenix is more disappointing than the Clippers when the Clippers are more healthy than the Suns. And you had them 3. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying like, who you think it is, Chris? Who you more
How is the
disappointed in?
Clippers? You said the Clippers are more healthier than the Suns.
Yes, they sit out. They sit out. So that's more disappointing. They can play, but
that part.
people making full 20-minute videos on how they mad that these boys is not playing. They're not
What
playing.
happens when they do play?
They still bad. They was like 6 and
Exactly.
7 with both of them. Kawhi was 4 and 2 by himself. Paul George was
Well,
below
Kawhi
5
plays
points.
good. That other guy though,
I told you about Paul George. I told you
I'm
about
not
Paul
even
George.
calling him by his name no more. He's unknown sender from now on.
I told you about Paul George. I literally got a whole clip up already about the Clippers being frauds. When they went on a winning streak, I looked at the team. They was beating like Charlotte with no LaMelo, no Gordon Hayward. They was beating teams like that. They was beating the Rockets. Like I told y'all, I wasn't going. But that's my most disappointing team. Chris, you said your most disappointing team already?
I kind of wanted to go. Actually, no. I'm the Blazers.
That's a good one. That's a good
The
one.
Blazers.
That's
I'm
good.
highly disappointed. I mean, I
They
know
was the number
Dame been
one
out a
seed at
couple
one point, weren't
games,
they?
but I'm very disappointed.
Oh my god, that boy Steph just hit a halftime buzzer beater from the half court off a steal.
Oh, but Larry Bird a better shooter.
We not gonna go there.
That was
We not gonna do
nasty.
it. We not
No,
gonna do it, man.
I'm
But
not gonna
yeah,
go there.
man.
I'm just saying.
Portland been disappointing, man. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do, man. I mean, what do they need to add? You know, that's the main. What you feel like they need to add?
My
The
thing
W's
with
to their
Portland
problem.
Because I
is
feel like the backcourt is there with Dame and Simon. So are the other pieces just not working, or what are we doing?
they need a bigger small forward.
Yeah, that's another
Like,
thing. That team has always been
You
relatively
feel like
small.
Anthony Simons has slowed down, DJ.
I don't want to think about it, bro. Let me go look. Because I know
I know his shooting percentage for sure went down
because this my thing with
tremendously.
Simons. He was playing bad to the point where I stopped kind of bro. Oh, he's shooting 44%, 37% from 3, 22 points a game, 4 rebounds,
He
3
was
assists.
shooting when Dane was there. He was shooting like 47% from the field.
See, I gotta go through it because in they last. Okay, let's see. Because it has to be a losing streak in here. So they really haven't been on a
Absolutely.
losing streak. I think
they ain't been actively winning though either.
It ain't no
They,
consistency. It's just they win one, lose two, win two, win like it's that type
yeah.
of shit. It ain't like they ain't win like I don't think I've seen them go on like no true winning streak.
yeah.
Simons has actually been pretty. He's been pretty effective. Like he'll have some stinker games, but then he'll supplement it and have 3-4 crazy games in a row. He's consistent. It's like, but he has had a few
He's
bad games.
consistently inconsistent.
It's like, damn, it's weird. It is Simons. I could tell by just looking at the numbers, because it's like I'm pretty sure if I would go to Dame would be consistently at the same level around 4 or 5 percentage points of what he usually is. This dude Simons will be 34%, then he's 60, then he's 25, then he's 50, then he's 40. It's like, yeah.
CJ McCollum all over again.
I think he
So
way
let
more
me ask.
I'm not talking about who's more talented. I'm talking about those numbers and the inconsistencies. CJ will go off and then he'll disappear. And he'll have
maybe I need to talk some more shit about him
because
when I was talking shit about CJ that night, he decided to go
have
off.
A whole bunch of games where he just like, was he hurt or something? Like, no, he was out there. He just wasn't doing much.
I just think we seeing a change in the league. You looking at Kawhi, you looking at Paul George, you look at Dame, that shit don't cut it no more, bro. Like, y'all aren't good enough anymore. Like, y'all no longer top 10 players. And that just is what it is, in my opinion.
Well, that's crazy because for Dame.
So are you gonna knock that nigga Dame for not leaving to go get that chip?
No, because this my thing. How high would he go? How high would he go? Like, let's be real. Let's be honest here. Like,
if he won a ring?
If he won a ring as a second option, or he was on somebody, he not going that high, bro.
I thought you talking about if he won a ring with Portland.
If he won a ring with Portland, that's when he'll start getting in that dirt conversation. Like, I ain't gonna say necessarily. No, I ain't necessarily dirt, but I'm saying in terms of he got that one chip stay put and he cemented. That's
what is Dame looked at as one of the all, like Dirk was already looked at as an all-time great scorer before he won that ring.
Dame is a great scorer, right?
Who looked at him? Who looks at Dame as an all-time great scorer?
Me? From the point guard position?
I'm talking. That's what you got to confuse. Dirk was an all-time great scorer from any position.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not comparing him
to prove it.
I'm walking that back, right? I'm not really comparing him to Dirk. I'm saying I'm not.
That's not even a comparison. Even without Dirk, it's no comparison there. But I'm saying though, Dame is not an all-time great scorer. He can score the ball great, but he's not an all-time great scorer.
Why isn't he?
What does he have to say that he is? He don't have no scoring titles, I believe. If he do, he might have one.
He's averaging 29 right now.
What?
He averaging 29 right now. He averaged 25 for his career.
Everybody averaging 20 plus. Jeremy Grant is averaging 22, 23 points. Anthony Simons, who's playing terrible, is averaging 22 points. Everybody averaging over 20 points this year.
Okay, listen though, right? He went 25 points, 27, 27, 26, 30, 29, 24, 29.
You cannot be considered a great scorer and it's not contributing to no W's. Do not tell me about what you're great at and it's not contributing to no W's. If you're a great defender, it should contribute to W's.
And you the same dude.
You're a great defender, you're not getting W's off your defense.
Carter. You the same dude that was. See, this my problem with you, boy.
What did I say about Vince Carter?
He ain't been out the first round. That's my problem with you. Like, what we doing here?
Who ain't been out the first round,
bro? Well, I know Vince Carter been out the first round, but I'm talking about like he ain't been nowhere. He ain't been to no conference finals.
I was talking about T-Mac when I said great scorers. I never said Vince Carter was a great scorer. I said he was a better scorer than Klay Thompson.
I guess.
Neither one of them are all-time great scorers, in my opinion, though.
But I think Dame more of an all-time great scorer than you give him credit for, bro. As a point guard to be hitting them numbers, that's crazy. And it's not even like this year. It's inflated.
Like, that's the norm now.
No, now, but I'm talking, bro. So getting 25 at a point guard in 2015, that was not the norm. Shooting 45.
Name me point guards before this era that was out there trying to do that.
Gilbert Arenas.
He wasn't even really a point guard. They labeled him that, but he was not no.
Oh my goodness! Here you go.
Y'all said the same thing about AI. I ain't going for that.
AI wasn't a point guard. I never looked at AI and said, "Yep, that's a point
AI
guard."
was no. They labeled AI as a point guard, but he really wasn't.
His first 2 seasons.
So what the hell? We just start changing. I ain't going for that.
What point guard score better than Dame? Right? What point guard scored better than Dame?
You talking about right
All
now?
time. Name the point guards that score better than him.
Luka, Steph. Uh, it's probably about
This getting kind of thin, ain't it?
You
you
real
named
thin,
out one position though.
but you only
Start
named two
adding
people.
all the positions in there. Like I said with Dirk, Dirk is an all-time great scorer. Dame is an all-time great point guard score. Like it's different.
It's still count.
If I start naming off all the players, period, it's gonna be a long list.
Bro, it's not gonna be as long as you think. Bro, average is 25.
Who was a better scorer out of Dwayne Wade and that? This is just gonna let me know how long my list would be. Who better out of Wade and Lillard scoring wise in their primes?
Dwayne Wade was a better overall player, but just getting buckets, I'll go Dame, bro.
Yeah, you smoking crack. It's the finest too.
Dwayne Wade couldn't shoot.
And he still led the league in scoring.
Damian Lillard,
you know how great of a
from
when you lack one area of your game and you still can get buckets like that, that lets me know how great of a scoring is. Not just I can do all these different things offensively. No, it's about
Ray. But I kind of don't like the comparison because D Wade still was in the era where they was still more back to the back. Like they were shooters, but they not shooting like them boys are shooting now. I don't like that comparison.
My thing is, I just think Dame's a better overall scorer than D Wade too, though.
He can do more.
Because I still think that Lillard could still score the same way that Wade was.
Offensively than AI can.
Can who?
Can Lillard do more offensively than AI can?
He was more.
He does it at a more efficient rate, so obviously I guess he's a better scorer than AI then too. Huh?
He's more efficient.
You see how that don't make sense? Just because I can do more than you offensively does not mean I'm a better scorer.
Bro, Allen Iverson had a better scoring peak, you can say, better scoring seasons here and there. But
Lillard
overall,
can do more offensively than Dirk, but I'm not taking him as a better scorer over Dirk. That argument is weak.
They're on the same level, bro.
If it's who is
Dame and Allen Iverson are on the same level as far as scoring, bro. In my opinion, I don't see why Dame can't be there. Dame had, bro, the people that was giving scoring titles when Dame was in his prime. Come on, bro, stop it. Curry, Durant, come on, bro, stop it. You gotta take in consideration the reason why he don't have scoring titles. Dame done had 30-point season, bro. He done had a couple 29-point seasons.
Bro,
that's not great scoring.
He has one 30-point season, and that's it.
And where are the rest of his seasons? He still averages 25 for his career. That's not great. That's what I'm saying. And look at his efficiency as a point guard. That's great.
He's shooting under 44% for his You look at 3-point percentage, that's all you look at. Field goal percentage is the most important. They don't care about
who you just comparing to. What AI shooting, dude? What AI shooting?
He shot terrible too.
So
shot beside him.
So what are you talking about? No.
AI got scoring titles.
Shot way better.
Dame even got scoring titles. He has no argument to even put him on the same level as AI.
Since we're talking about players versus players, let's go ahead and get into this.
Do not put him in the same breath as AI when it comes to scoring. It's not even close.
All right.
Wait. Before y'all leave, I just have one. So when did AI get those scoring titles?
Well, Kobe was entering his prime. T-Mac was there in his prime.
No, I just want to know the year because the first person I was gonna bring. Okay,
hold on, DJ. Before we tell the years, name off how many scoring titles. Name off how many scoring titles AI got before you name off the years he won them.
He got 4 scoring titles.
And what years were they again? You said 90 what?
98, 99.
Okay.
2000, 2001, 2001, 2002, and 04, 05.
04, 05. Okay.
That 405 probably the most impressive one.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think about because the first 3, I'm trying to just really think of all of the real
impressive too. Because I mean,
Which
bro.
one?
He was
Who
taking
won
damn
over
near
two?
30 shots a game, bro. like we gotta
Well,
start.
and then what I was gonna
If
say
he
was that
don't take those shots, then man,
But this what
76ers
I'm
are not in the
saying.
playoffs at all.
But
So
this
he
what I'm
had to do that.
saying though, right?
I
Dame
would see,
averaged
but that's
30
why I
taking
asked though.
50 shots.
That's
He
why I
averaged
asked right
30.
before. That's why I asked right before because I was trying to think. I'm like, damn. I'm trying to think what year did he win though? Because I knew he had to win at least two of them during that Shaq Kobe era in LA. Because I was like, damn, I wonder if Kobe would have got him, but I forgot now. Kobe wouldn't have got him because Kobe was still technically the two when Shaq was there. So he wasn't getting the ball majority of the time. But
Kobe got a
at the same
30-point season
time,
with him and Shaq.
huh?
Kobe got a 30-point season with him and Shaq.
Well, yeah, but
What
I'm
I'm
pretty sure
saying,
he
just
wasn't
imagine if
taking
there
as
was no
many
Shaq.
shots
Like when
though.
Shaq left, he was at 35, right? That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta compare, you gotta do that too. Two of the
One
great
thing,
scorers on the same
the
team.
difference between Kobe though, and Kobe talked about it was he said, I realized I couldn't do it myself, and I had to relate to what my teammates could do. He said, I started putting my requirements on my teammates, and I realized we know wasn't gonna win that way. So that's when he said I had to step back from all that scoring barrage and all that, and I had to actually look at the game of basketball from a different perspective. So that scoring stuff, he could have kept doing that, but Kobe was like, that's not gonna get me to where I'm trying to go. So that's why, like when people talk about, Kobe could have did this, it ain't about what he could do. It's about what can you do, and it still translates to wins. Kobe realized, okay, I can outscore anybody, but that's not going to translate to a W. It's only few players who don't walk in the NBA that can score crazy on a consistent basis, and it translates to W's. Kobe realized, okay, I can put this in my game, but will it help me win championships?
Okay, because we got to get back to the Western Conference and the standings. But I'm gonna say this. So you don't like this. My thing when it comes to game. He averaged 25 points for his career. Great scorer, bro.
Context
That's all
is
I'm gonna say.
important, man. My God, all you looking at is that 25. Dame is a great player. I'm gonna leave
So
it.
Dame ain't never wowed you, and you like, damn, this dude is great. He's a great player. That's what you're saying. That's what you're
I
telling
just
me.
said he's a great player.
So what's the argument? So what makes him a great player, Ray?
I said he's not an all-time great scorer.
I don't see how. I guess we gonna agree to not to disagree. We gonna agree.
So he's in
to
your top
disagree.
10 scoring list all time that you say?
See, that's not what we saying. He definitely
how you got him as an all-time?
25.
Where do you rank him at then if he's not in your top 10?
I'm gonna have to look and see, but I'm saying he's a great scorer though. He's up there. He top 20, top 25. He's NBA 75 for a reason, even though I feel like that was premature. But we can move on.
He got. You want to talk about resumes? He don't even have a resume. I don't know how he made that 75 list.
Oh my goodness, you so oof.
What is his resume? All-star appearances. That's it. He only has all-star appearances. He don't have nothing else. He don't even have no individual accolades. That's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
We gotta move on, man. We gotta move on, man. Y'all gonna talk about this all day.
That's because Ray just this is gonna make great clips. I'm gonna chop it up real nice for you.
It's gonna make a great short.
But no, it's embarrassing, man.
So Chris took the Trailblazers as his most disappointing team. I took the Clippers. Ray took the Suns. So
you sure you don't want to change that pick again, Ray?
I'm saying with Suns is the most disappointing.
So
this is exactly what I expected.
Who are y'all most surprised by in the West? I'll go first. Sacramento Kings being 3 is wild, in my opinion.
I said the other week. I said Utah.
I was about to say probably Utah.
Fucking Utah sucks.
But they still wait. Where are they seated right now, though,
bro?
No, I said surprising as in
7.
That's still okay. I didn't even expect them to be 10. I ain't even expecting to be 10. They're surprising.
Okay. But it's just like damn playing.
They're Number
My biggest
six.
surprise.
Hold on,
They're not even playing. They number
DJ.
6, DJ.
See, this what I don't like. We got to
They 6
change
now?
what we call this. We got to
Yes.
change what this call this, man. We need to call
And they
9
tied
and
with your
10.
boys.
We need to call 9 and 10 playing teams. Like I understand that they can still get in there and beat a 7 and 8, but 7 and 8, those are playoff teams. Because me personally, I ain't like this new change and allowing this playing tournament shit. The stats don't even go nowhere. So no, we 9 and 10 are playing teams. 7 and 8 are playoff teams.
Chris,
Now, if
I ain't
they
gonna
just
lie
so
to
happen to
you.
lose and don't get it in there, then hey,
Chris, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't going. 7 and 8
hey,
still fucking trash, in my opinion. You 7 and 8, you still not going nowhere.
we've seen 8 seeded teams knock out number ones in the first round, so don't disrespect them. That's all I'm saying.
It's so rare when it happens. It's like a little parade in wherever city it happens. So it's like I don't have no love for 7 and 8 seeds. When everybody was like, oh well, you made it. Okay. I like
I
how
mean, you can say that for new set. You can say that maybe for if you want to say these new 7-8 seeds, then you got me. But don't act like we ain't seen 7 and 8 seeds with over 50 wins back when Dirk and Kobe and Duncan was still playing in their prime.
that is true. I'll give you that. But see, that's a different level of
Yeah,
competition.
that's why I said if you want to say that for this era now, then I'll give you that. I ain't gonna argue, but don't act like them 7 and 8 seeds wasn't serious.
Bro, this era is the weakest I've seen after the Western Conference. It's 2 teams. It's really 3. I'll stretch it to 4 with the Mavericks, the Nuggets, Grizzlies, Mavericks, and Pelicans. The only teams I really can see doing something. I don't trust the Warriors. Clippers are already out of there.
You don't
Kings,
trust the
do we
Kings?
trust them? Do we trust the? How y'all feel about the Kings? Let's talk Kings. 3. Even though De'Aaron Fox is amazing and he can close games, I feel like Sabonis is going to keep them from getting past the first round. In my opinion, his defense is that bad. Everybody talk about Jokic. Sabonis is worse defensively than Jokic. He's worse at everything than Jokic. But
So the playoffs started right now. They play Utah. You don't think they get past Utah? You just trashed Utah. So I just want to see how you change up now. Since you said the Kings can't get out the first round.
You just disrespected 7 seeds.
I don't think Utah is gonna be a real 6 seed. But if they play Utah, they could beat Utah.
I said the playoffs started tomorrow.
Oh, you said the playoffs started today? That ain't gonna be no easy. That ain't gonna be no easy matchup. Walker Kessler is a top 3 rim protector in the league. Lauri Markkanen is a top 5 power forward. Jordan Clarkson can get buckets with anybody in the backcourt. Mike Conley is a hell of a point guard. They bench Colin Sexton, Malik Beasley, bro. Ray, Utah ain't bad, bro. They could beat the Kings. Yes.
You walked into the bear trap. Chris, didn't he just say Utah was a terrible team? now he bigging up all these players and how good of a team they is.
No, I said I don't believe in Sacramento.
No, when we said Utah was a surprise team, you said they're a bad team.
We said the Jazz.
No, I said y'all talking about a 7th seed, 6th seed, and they're 7th, right? They're actually 7th. So they'll be playing the Warriors.
Golden State is 22-22.
And Utah is 24-24. I don't know why it's like that.
Both 500.
Both my apps that I'm looking at, it got the Warriors.
Utah got more wins though, and they both 500, so they're gonna automatically give that to Utah, at least for now, temporarily.
This shit gonna change again tomorrow.
No super duper stars, but they can beat Sacramento because Sacramento. Come on, that's Sacramento. I don't think Sacramento is that great as a 3 seed. Nah, hell no. Sacramento is like in talent wise, they're a 5th seed, in my opinion.
Oh no, man.
Mavericks out of there, Clippers out of there, so they jump. But talent wise, I don't feel like they a 3 seed. I feel like the Kings are a 3 seed to where they can't beat. They can just steamroll.
What teams behind them are better than them talent wise?
I think the Pelicans are better.
They don't belong to be there.
I think the Pelicans are better. The Mavericks should be better than Kings. The Mavericks
talent wise, Mavericks is better than Kings.
Luka is better than Sabonis put together, bro. Yes. In a 7-game series, you going with the Kings over the Mavericks, right? That's what you're telling me. Tell me how that series plays out in your mind.
Luka gonna be the best player on the court.
He's going for 50. They have no rim protection. Christian Wood is going to kill Sabonis. They literally have two things. They got Christian Wood and Luka Doncic, two players that Sacramento can't match up with. Sacramento gave up to 70-something points in the paint to LeBron and the Lakers, bro. Luka is going to kill them. That's what I'm saying. I think Sacramento is a fraud as a 3 seed. That's my whole little point. It's not
You can probably say that just
who
because
deserves
of
to be
injuries.
right there? That wouldn't be
Because
a
of
fraud.
injuries.
You're talking about Mavericks to be a fraud as the number 3 seed in my opinion, but
when you have a top 3-4 player that can literally win you a series, bro. We see what he did last year. He wasn't gonna do what he did.
So
last
I feel
year.
like right now, if you look at the standings in the West, like if anything, the Pelican, if everybody's healthy, I feel like the Kings at least to be 5 or 6. Like the top 6 teams will still be the same, but I feel like the Kings at least to be 5 or 6.
I feel that too.
Because the Suns are clearly trash. The Lakers, they like I said, like we already said, they probably make it to the 9th or 10th seed and be a playing team. The Spurs are not going nowhere. The Rockets are not going anywhere. The Suns, Chris Paul can come back today. They still not going nowhere. The Timberwolves might do a surprise jump with Cat come back, but are we going to expect that much of a jump from them when he gets back?
Let's talk about the Timberwolves because I just watched them play the Nuggets, and it's just like their role players are terrible. Their starters are bad outside of Ant.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not getting anything out of Rudy. Like, you moved heaven and earth for Rudy Gobert, but when one of those 3 key players that you wanted on the court goes down, it looks like shit.
They looked it bad when they was on the court, Chris. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They did. I mean, a lot of people kind of, but they look bad. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people's like, oh well, they need some time to figure it out. And I tried to be reasonable. You know, I feel like I'm a reasonable person. So I was like, okay, I'll be reasonable. I'll try to give them a little minute because the same thing happened when LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh got together. They were terrible. So I said, okay, I'll give it a little minute. Let's see what happens. Cat got hurt. We ain't seen shit. They've looked awful.
Bro, real playoff teams have 8 players that you can rely on. Name me 4 players on the Minnesota Timberwolves that get on playing time. If you can name me 4 players, I'll be shocked.
You said what now?
Name me 4 players on Minnesota that you like.
If Rudy Gobert was worth a damn, he'd be my 4th.
So who?
But other than that, it's no, it's really just Cat and Ant because I forgot D'Lo was inconsistent too.
Boy, I was just gonna say you. Oh man, that's my boy, and I lost faith.
You named off Rudy Gobert before D'Lo.
I forgot about D'Lo, but D'Lo be pissing me off too.
This my thing with Minnesota. They just don't have enough good players. Period. Like even their stars, it's like okay, Anthony Edwards is the only guy that's a 2-way on that team. Rudy Gobert is 1-way defense. Cat 1-way offense. Ant is the only way they can play both sides. And then the other 2 players I named, they're inconsistent. Cat is retarded. I'm going to go ahead and say we watched him in the playoffs. His basketball IQ is terrible. His skill level is high, but his basketball IQ is terrible. No wonder
wasn't that his first trip to the playoffs, though?
I think they went when Jimmy Butler was there. Jimmy Butler and Andrew Wiggins. I think they went. They had They had the coach from New York. What's his name? Oh, I can't think of his name.
D'Antoni.
Nah, the one right now. Was it Thibodeau?
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, boy. But I just think the Timberwolves just don't have enough. I don't even think they make it to the play-in, I'll be surprised.
I guess they thought because I'm looking at their roster now. I guess they thought they was going to get a little more out of Kyle Anderson, but he pretty much is. Because I'm just trying to look at the moves they made as far as who else they added from outside of Gobert. That's what I'm trying to look at, bro. And
I
it's just
love
like
Kyle Anderson at UCLA, but don't name him off when we talking NBA.
no. I'm trying to look at who they added outside of Rudy
Nah, I feel
Gobert.
you. I'm just talking shit. Ugh.
But I'm just like and then if they did add somebody, I don't know who the fuck they are. They
That's what
got,
I'm saying.
you know what? We can go talk about the next team. These motherfuckers got all. Nah, nigga, you know who all I need to do is see one name on the team, and I'm automatically writing them off. Them niggas got
You
Austin
know where their
Rivers.
talent
Next
level is.
topic.
They have Austin
Austin
Rivers.
Rivers. Next topic.
He gets major minutes. Who I think he starts.
He
And
probably does.
Their best bench player is Jalen Noel and Nas Reed. Yeah, let's move on, bro.
Please.
So
I don't want to talk about them anymore.
okay.
They're
Oh,
trash.
y'all heard about Brandon Ingram? Y'all heard about Brandon Ingram?
What about him? Is he coming back?
Y'all know his injury.
What they say?
Bruised toe. They said he could have been back. I was like, bro, what? Bro, nah, that's nasty, bro. Like,
hold on, you telling me this nigga hit his toe on the edge of the table, and that's why he been out so goddamn long? Boy, that nigga been getting
sound like, bro, not like
that nigga been getting me fleeced in fantasy. That's all that nigga been out for a goddamn bruised toe.
Y'all want me to read y'all the article? I ain't gonna stun. I wanna show y'all this, bro.
What is it? Where's the article at?
Man, I'm finna pull it up for y'all right here. Y'all can see it.
Yeah.
It says, report, Pelicans frustrated with Brandon Ingram. NOLA's.com's Chris Clark reports some within the New Orleans Pelicans are getting frustrated with Brandon Ingram's toe injury. Brandon Ingram has been sidelined since Black Friday due to what New Orleans Pelicans described as a toe contusion. Y'all know what a contusion is. That's a bruise. The team's initial timeline to return was more days or weeks, but the All-Star is now entering the 8th week of rehab. Willie Green's squad has gone 15-10 over that span. Christian Clark reports that some within the organization are getting a bit frustrated with the process.
Sound like somebody's trying to get traded.
Brandon Ingram is held up as a franchise player in New Orleans, and for good reason. He's loyal to the organization. There's only one problem. He misses games. So many games. He added that his understanding is that the ball is in Ingram's court, so to speak, concerning an eventual return target date.
Sounds like somebody's trying to get traded. I don't want to know about that loyalty to no franchise shit.
Bro, he just sounds soft. I ain't gonna lie.
Nigga, I hit my toe on the table this morning. I still had to go to work.
That sounded soft. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I ain't
trying to downplay what that nigga do, but goddamn, I had to climb up a ladder. All that nigga got to do is dribble a ball.
Man, and it's just like you pay M's too. Nigga, I have a hole in my leg and I'll go play. Boy.
Nigga, what?
Man. I have one leg. I hop up and down, man. But how do y'all feel about hearing that report? Did that change how y'all view Ingram?
I mean, it's one report. So I ain't gonna. I mean, it's
been talked about. It's been talked about. Like I was doing my little research before the show, and that shit was on a lot of places. Everybody was kind of. I didn't know that until I started just looking into stuff. I'm like, damn, what's up with Ingram? And it's a bruised toe, y'all. Come on, bro.
It could have.
I thought that shit was. I thought that show was like. I thought it was fractured or something.
He could have pulled a Vladimir Radmanovich and faked a snowboarding injury. At least he actually injured.
Man, a bruised toe, right? A bruised toe. That contusion just trying to make it sound cute. That's a bruised toe, bro.
I want to know what bruise lasts 2 goddamn months.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that nigga ain't that damn light skin.
That's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous. And it's just like they was the number 1 seed at one point. We was talking about them in Memphis. We weren't even talking about Denver. Chris had to bring up Denver. We was talking Memphis and New Orleans. But they don't play.
Well, I think the reason why we didn't bring it because I said that Denver was going to be the number 1 seed, but it almost seemed like we all said the same thing. So it's almost like it's nothing to talk about because they doing it. At this point, we really been arguing 2-3 all season. We've been arguing the Grizzlies and the Pelicans all season. Because remember, the Pelicans started off, and Zion, I think he started off hurt, then he came back or whatever, and then that's when they had jumped up to that 3 seed, even with Ingram hurt after he got hurt. So we really just been arguing 2-3 all year. Because it ain't like Denver done proved us wrong. Shit.
Yeah. You right. But
like the only nigga what because the only thing we've talked about with Denver is who? Jokic. MVP. That's the only thing we talked about. So it's like they number one for a reason.
But my thing is with the Pelicans, y'all think it's over with for this season, or y'all still think they got a chance? I think it's over with.
If he's gonna come back and play, then play. If not, then I still think they'll be all right. Even without him. Because they were still number 3 seed without him.
They're not gonna be all right without him. Not in the playoffs. Ingram is a guy that can go get it. Bro, do you know?
I know he's somebody that get his own shot, but bro, I'm just saying. So you don't think that CJ, Zion, and Valanciunas can lead the way
like that, bro? They need Ingram. Bro.
You don't think CJ can be a good 2?
He was decent last year,
or at least a 3, or at least or I say at this one a 3. If you let Zion do his thing, and if Valanciunas is like,
oh my goodness.
Hold on, you don't act like Valanciunas wasn't doing something against that boy DeAndre Ayton now. Everybody was on DeAndre Ayton nuts, and Valanciunas was cooking that boy.
Chris, in the playoffs, Valanciunas going to average 12 minutes a game. We know this.
Hold on. What center is going to start over him? Oh, you mean 12 points? Okay,
no, he's going to average 12 minutes because everybody's going to go small because they're going to keep putting him in pick and rolls like they always do in the playoffs. And then they're gonna put Larry Nance in. This is come on, bro.
With him, it's all about matchups, bro. It's all about wait. So hold on. It's all about matchups with him. If he has another true big, because Minnesota is one of the teams they're not gonna play small. They're gonna have them 2 big motherfuckers out there. Phoenix is not taking DeAndre Ayton out of that game. The only way LA is gonna play small is that AD is gonna be at the 5. And they're going to have small everywhere else. Like, I'm trying to figure out how many teams besides the Warriors and Portland are really truly going to go small. Memphis not going small.
The Pelicans are in the 4th seed. So they will have to play somebody like the Mavericks. They'll have to play somebody like the Warriors, or if the Memphis fall out the 2nd seed. Like, they're not going to play no cupcake team. They're not a top 2 seed no more, bro. They're not a top 3 seed no more. So it get a little murky once you start getting that 4, 5, 6 range. It's like you could be out in that first round, bro. If Valanciunas, that Valanciunas shit, no, I ain't going. Ray, how you feel about the Pelicans? I ain't going, bro.
They gonna need Zion and Ingram when the playoffs start. They can't just have one or the other.
So what's the ceiling? Like like Chris said, if it's Valanciunas, I'm gonna say it first. Valanciunas, CJ, and either Ingram or Zion. That's a first round exit.
I still feel like they can get by the first round with just Zion, CJ, and Valanciunas. That's just me.
Oh, let me see.
Because right now, they're the 4th seed. They'll be playing the Mavericks in the 4-5 seed. The 4-5 seed matchup.
They don't need to be at full power. I don't know. Luka is just that type of player, though. Like, we talk about how much help he don't have, but then we see what Luka can do single-handedly. So, I don't know, man. They gonna need to be at full strength.
And
that's
not
even a solid 3, which is Zion or Ingram, and then you got Valanciunas and CJ McCollum.
But at the same time, I get they start, but I still feel like New Orleans has like a actual solid bench too, though. Like that also matters in the playoffs.
They do, but you still need
they already don't have no rim protection, so it's like they're going to have to outscore the Mavericks because the Mavericks
you need that star presence in the playoffs.
especially when you don't have
Yeah, I
rim
guess
protection.
now you do. Yeah,
Because you got to understand, look at all the teams that don't have rim protection. Look how far they go. Not very far, because you have guys like Ja Morant, Luka Doncic that just go eat you alive in the paint. Like that's my biggest
shit.
problem with
Dallas was one of the
Sacramento.
teams that didn't have rim protection. We were surprised they made it.
Who?
Dallas, they had a
Oh
rim
yeah,
protection. They couldn't rebound.
they have a top 3 player in the world though.
I get that. I get you.
No, hey, this basketball, man. Basketball, one player can win you a series here and
So
there.
why
Real
couldn't
talk.
Jokic do it then?
You said
Huh?
what?
Why couldn't Jokic do it then, DJ?
I mean, because Jokic still had like terrible role players, bro. Monte
Luka
Morris,
did it?
not terrible. They wasn't Will Barton and Monte Morris. Come on, Ray. Come on, y'all, bro. This not
Oh,
don't. Are you trying to
was you
spin
Don't
this?
say y'all. Hey, don't
DJ,
say
was
y'all.
you
Don't
was
say
you watching the
y'all.
game
I
yesterday?
already
Was you
had to
watching
go against both of y'all against Jokic versus Giannis. Don't say y'all. Hey, I'm just a bystander at this point.
Okay,
DJ,
my
was you
bad, Chris.
watching
Go
the
ahead, Ray. So
game?
I'm a
Was you
cookie. Go
watching
ahead.
the
What you
game
say?
yesterday when Doris Burke said how valuable Will Barton and Monte Morris was to the Nuggets?
Doris Burke just nice. She's a nice person. KCP and Bruce Brown have been way better
When I
than
heard that,
Monte
I turned and
Morris
looked
and
at
Will
the TV.
Barton.
I'm like, I wonder if DJ watching this right now, man.
I
I
was
know
watching.
he
I
over.
must have missed
I
that
know
because
he
you
over
know
there
I was
going
here.
crazy.
Bro, that's nasty. Doris Burke just a nice lady. I like Doris Burke.
She's a real nice person.
Yeah, that's a nasty take. Come on, Doris. Don't lie to
She
us.
said she said they was the I can't. She said they was something like they was like the heartbeat. She was bigging him up. I'm like, wait, what?
What?
Oh,
I wish I would have
Why?
recorded that mug, man.
Bruce Brown and KCP are way better. like, come on, bro. Look, what are we doing here? Come
Bruce
on,
Brown by himself is probably better. So I mean,
man. Hey, Bruce Brown. Hey, that's a key
he
pickup,
underrated.
Bro, he's a winning player. Just a winning player.
That still be killing me. That dude like 6'3" be in the paint like that.
He played power forward for Brooklyn last year. Like real live.
When I seen it, I said this dude out here setting screens for KD. I'm like, bruh, the people that's guarding KD is like almost twice your size. What are you doing setting a screen for him? And he's rolling straight to the back. He's not fading to the on 3-pointer or nothing. Rolling straight to the paint.
Okay, Ray, since we talking about the Nuggets, have your opinion on them changed?
I been said they was legit contenders. What Grizzlies?
Now I'm saying like
legit.
Now I'm saying because like I ain't gonna stun. It was kind of shaky at first because we was worried about MPJ and Jamal Murray. It's like outside of Jokic.
No, what I seen from Murray as a late, man.
Because I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Porter has been playing better on defense too. Like I think that's something that needs to be talked about. I'm not saying he like an all defensive player now, but he has been showing more effort, and his IQ on defense has kind of went up.
I ain't gonna stun. I still think he a cone. Go right by him.
I'm not saying. I'm talking more so about team defense and off ball. I'm not talking about on ball. It's not too many on ball defenders I see in the league right now that I'd be like, oh man, this dude is legit. But he's definitely gotten better as far as off ball though.
I just seen him. He exploded against the Kings. I think he had like 30 something. I said, oh my goodness, bro was shooting lights out, fool. So he still can have his moments. And I ain't gonna lie, watch. Michael Porter Jr. is go have like a 30-point eruption in the playoffs. At least one of them. That we gonna be like.
I feel like he an X factor.
Exactly. Cause like this Jamal Murray stats right here. Cause Jamal Murray, he's at 19 points a game, but he's shooting 45% from the field and 39% from three. That's a second option right there. I still think when next year rolls around, when Murray is fully back, I think he's gonna try to get back in that top 10 shooting guard. Right now, Mm, but hey, Jamal Murray is a guy that you can count on him when it's winning time, bro. It's like
People
it's been like,
forget, man. Before he got injured, he was their number one scoring option.
bro, yeah, man. Let me go to his because I don't remember off the top of my head. He averaged 27 points last time he was in the playoffs. He averaged 24, 40%, 41% from three, and 47% from the field in his career in the playoffs. 33 games. He averaged 24 points, 47% from the field, 41% from three. 33 games in the playoffs. That's a big sample size, bro. So it's like Jamal Murray is one of them dudes. That was my biggest hesitation. Because people coming back off the injuries, you never know. He been missing like 2 years. He missed like 2 years. So it's like, now I ain't know if he was gonna come back. I know he young enough. I knew he was young enough to bounce back. But the fact that he's shooting how he's shooting now, to where his overall year percentages are up that high, hey, they ain't got no limit now. Because we know, I ain't gonna stunt. If Jokic get another MVP, if Jokic they make a finals run, bro, man, he the best player in the league, bro. In my opinion. I
Well,
ain't gonna be able to hold out.
you say what?
If Jokic get another MVP and they make a finals run, I and Giannis has to be like, he has to lose in like the second round or something this year too. It's gonna be a lot of factors in play because with that top three, it's go shuffle depending on winning, and that just is what it is. I think they that close. Luka, Giannis, and Jokic. I think it's 1A, 1B, 1C, and whoever's winning, that's who got 1A. In my opinion.
The world is Grant Williams doing?
Oh man, I can't believe people, bro. He had that one game against
Oh
Milwaukee, man.
no, it was just that looked weird on him and Kevin Looney.
Mm.
Kevin
What's
Looney
the
trying to
score
take
in
the
that
ball
game?
out, and Grant Williams trying to go around him. But Looney just trying to take the ball out. He just all behind Looney, like he can't go around. I'm like, dude, this look kind of weird. You can just walk around.
We ain't talked about the Warriors yet. So what's going on with them, bro?
Distances.
I think what we're starting to see, in my opinion, and I had this conversation with somebody a while ago. If you look at all the players as far as that they've picked up recently, in my opinion, that's like fully developed, it's only Jordan Poole. Because people act like they ain't had like a bunch of young players they done picked up, but when we talk about Poole and Kuminga and Wiseman, we ain't really seen Kuminga and Wiseman come into fruition. And I guess you could say the same thing about Toscano Anderson, but of course they traded him. But I feel like they just been kind of too. They done kept a microscope on them big three as far as Steph, Clay, and Draymond, and they ain't looked as far as like who they drafted. That's why I'm not counting Andrew Wiggins because they traded for him. But I just don't think they've looked outside of what they gonna do outside of that. I think they kind of just become too dependent on that core to where if any one of them go down, we see what can happen. Well, shit, we saw what happened when they was all together. It didn't look good. The rest of your roster's not good.
Um, I'm a piggyback off that because they young players so overrated. I feel like their current players are overrated. I like Wiggins, I like Poole to a certain extent. I like Clay
Well,
to a certain extent.
and let me just cut you off. So I'm gonna let you finish, but and that's really just off of me saying because we said this in one episode and I can't remember, but we was talking about them and I think somebody had said that Steve Kerr had inherited Steph, Clay, and Draymond.
He
So,
did.
which he did. He did. So, can we say that he really, because a lot of people have been giving Steve Kerr praise for developing players. Was like, no, I don't think he can develop players, but I think he can. He's a hell of a coach if he has the players. So
Isn't everybody though?
th- exactly. So that's where I'm getting to.
Okay.
So because we saw what he did when, of course, everybody was on 10. But as far as the young players, like these new younger players, as far as people that he didn't acquire or didn't trade for, who can we really say outside of Jordan Poole that he's really done something with? Because we haven't seen a lot of people that they've drafted just really be like a godsend. Like,
Uh,
is Jordan Poole and who else? Like, everybody thought Kaminga could be something. Everybody thought Toscano Anderson could be something. Everybody thought Wiseman could be something. Like, I understand that you say they're underrated, but at the same time, having the right coach does have a lot to do with unlocking your potential.
that's true, Chris. But at the same time, front office is just missing the draft.
They do.
Cause this my thing. I watch a lot of college basketball. I watch a lot of high school basketball. Franz Wagner was a better prospect and player than Jonathan Kaminga.
Mhm.
LaMelo Ball was a better prospect than James Wiseman. Those are two guys they could have on their roster today. Franz Wagner averages 20. LaMelo Ball averages 23. So sometimes you can't blame the coach for not developing the talent because sometimes the talent is just not there. Like sometimes a dude could be picked at 3, but he really should have been picked in the second round. You see what I'm saying? Like,
And I was
uh,
just about to get to that. So, do you feel like do you feel like the people I just named were picked too early?
yeah, because
Okay.
there's no way I would have picked Wiseman over LaMelo Ball, especially with the way the Golden State runs their system. Like that's a
Well,
passing clinic, shooting clinic.
yeah, and I feel like, and I hear you on that, but I just feel like LaMelo just wouldn't have been a fit when you already got Steph, because LaMelo's a point guard. Now, could you
No,
move him to the 2? Yeah, you could.
no. He could do exactly what Jordan Poole does. Like
Off the bench?
Jordan Poole come off the bench. LaMelo
No,
would
no, no. I'm
literally
saying, would you like if I'm just saying like a scenario if the Warriors would have drafted Melo, where would he be off of the bench on that team, or would
no.
you have him starting?
He's starting. I'm starting LaMelo, Steph, Clay, Wiggins, and Draymond. That's a lethal small ball lineup. And if you have to go big, you bring in Looney, and then you have Jordan Poole in his right position as a 6 man. And then if you would have had Franz Wagner, oh my goodness, he's averaging 20 over there in Magic with the Magic. So it's like, I feel like we got to be harder on these GMs. That's not a coaching decision. The coach don't draft. So it's like Moses Moody, I ain't really have too much high hopes for him. Wiseman, he didn't play in college.
Yeah, I
Kaminga,
know these.
he's
I know
raw.
these GMs don't draft, but I mean, it's the NBA. These coaches gotta have. Steve Kerr has some say so in these
But,
in these
but
picks.
no, did you not just hear what I said? You drafted Wiseman over LaMelo. We know LaMelo's better. You drafted Kaminga over Franz Wagner. We know Franz Wagner is better. So my thing is, Chris, it's like y'all just whiffed on some draft picks. Golden State just whiffed on draft picks. They could have had Franz Wagner and LaMelo Ball, but that turned out to be Jonathan Kaminga and James Wiseman. And that's where their problem comes in at when it comes to depth and young talent. You feel me?
I get you.
Because now my thing is, what do we feel like they can do now? Because they got about like 5 players we like. Who do we like on Golden State? They got Curry, they got
I mean,
Wiggins,
you got the 4. You got Curry,
mhm,
Wiggins, Thompson, and Draymond, but
and Poole. So that's
well, and
5.
Poole, so that's 5. But it's like, where do you go from there? Because it's like
Exactly.
your bench is really where you're depleted at. Because your bench is Jordan Poole.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as bad as people try to talk about the Mavericks, I mean, the Mavericks bench, you still had uh 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 you still had Dinwiddie and you had Brunson after that trade. So the Mavericks still had two solid players, but like with Golden State, you would say they just got one.
I think that's Golden State's real problem. We just broke it
They
down.
ain't got no bench. They have no bench. They have no help. But like I just said, it's been revolved around the key players, but their bench is terrible.
But when you was trying to say Steve Kerr, I'm not gonna put that on Steve Kerr.
Well, I'm not trying to put it on him in the sense of where I'm saying it's his fault. It's just the narrative that's been placed around him as far as like people have always said that he is just good at developing players when it's like, no, I'm not gonna say it's developing. He inherited that big three.
But at the same time, though, Chris, he revitalized Andrew Wiggins' career. He turned Jordan Poole into an actual NBA player.
But that's only two people you're talking about, though.
But
out of all the other,
I'm saying it's on the GM to bring in the talent. If the GM bringing in dudes that can't play, they just can't play. It's only so much you can teach somebody. This is the NBA. If you know what I'm saying, like we'll know damn near right away if a dude can play. Chris, you know that dude can either play or he can't. If you bringing in Kuminga instead of Franz Wagner, then I don't know what to tell you. If you bringing in James Wiseman over LaMelo Ball, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know, bro. It's just one of those situations, bro. It's like you can't tell me that Steve Kerr ain't talking to the GM about who he want him to draft. I just don't see that. He's been there too long. He's won too many titles.
He doesn't
you just
know.
Can't. Huh?
He doesn't know.
How do you know? Wait. Wait. You're saying that Steve Kerr doesn't know who he's picking?
Not really. He probably watched a couple highlights. He probably watched a couple games. Bro, they have an 82-game season plus playoffs, and they make deep runs. When does he have time to watch fucking Jonathan Kuminga play in the G League? That's what I'm telling you.
But all I'm saying is, DJ, you're telling me that there's not conversation about it, though. That's all I'm saying.
It probably is, but I'm saying Steve Kerr wouldn't be as informed as the GM or scouts. You see what I'm saying? Because he has to actually coach his current team.
Oh no, bro! It's just the way I be hearing some people talking how all these coaches be watching so much basketball. I don't know. I mean, I feel as far as like they whiff, which I mean but I just can't believe that Steve Kerr just had no say so, and they just picked these motherfuckers up, and he just don't know who none of these players are. I understand he got to coach an 82-game season, but at the same time, you're watching basketball.
Chris,
you know what I'm saying?
He's the head coach for the Golden State Warriors that has an 82-game season plus playoffs. How much college basketball do you think Steve Kerr is watching? The season's going on at the same time.
I get that.
How much G League do you think Steve Kerr is breaking down?
Like, probably watching. Steve Kerr is watching more basketball than the time he spends with his own family. That's all I know.
He's watching NBA. I got the Lakers in a week. I got LeBron and AD. You think I'm gonna be taking time out my day to go watch G League and Jonathan Kuminga see what he doing?
But see, you talking about a week? I don't even think they look out that far.
But I'm just saying it's only so much you can put on Steve Kerr when the GM's job.
But at the same time,
the GM's whole job is to bring in the personnel.
But I'm not saying it's all on him. But I just feel like he got to have part of it. Like we can't sit here and just I'm just in the mindset of that. I'm not finna sit here and say that people can go out there and say, oh, players are the reason why other players are coming here, or they've talked to other players and we can't even put some of it on the coach. I'm not trying to put all of it on him. I'm just saying that he has to have something to do with it. Like he's watching these boys. There's just nothing in me that can just say he's not. Like the same way that I know it's a different sport, and I know they probably have a lot more time in their hands. But these NFL boys is watching these niggas in college. These coaches are.
See, I'm finna cook you. NFL scouts, you get 3 years with college players in the NFL because you have to play 3 years mandatory in college. hey, the difference between high school basketball, college basketball, pro basketball is so different. You have to watch these prospects
It
early.
is, but
That's why I
the
say,
same, the same way how you're talking about how, oh yeah, they have this much. The NFL has still went out and picked trash just like the NBA. So I'm not trying to hear that. It's the same shit, just a different
okay,
structure. You still have
okay.
scouts. You still have scouts.
The college
And
basketball
we've
is
had, hold on,
different
and
rules,
we've
different
had,
time.
no. We've had a conversation even before where you said you could really tell if a nigga like that in high school. That has came from you, my sir. From
Yeah,
you. Because we know that these niggas that's going to college now in the NBA, they only going for a year. So that's pretty
that's
much
what I'm
all you
saying.
need to watch is high school, and you can watch the college, of course. But we know most of these niggas in college is only staying for a year, bro. So
Chris,
these scouts that you talking about, they still are scouts. They have
I,
to be able to
I think
locate talent.
it's a lot of bad scouts in the NBA. There's a lot of
It's
bad
a
GMs.
lot of bad scouts in the NFL. That's why
You
I'm
want
not
to know how
going
I
for that
know?
argument.
No,
That's why
I
I'm
can
not
only
going
speak
for that argument.
I can only speak for the NBA because I watch high school basketball. I just watched 3 high school basketball tournaments like not too long ago. And I'm pretty sure Steve Kerr's not doing that. That's what I'm telling you. I'm like, it's the scouts and the GM job to put the teams together. Steve Kerr's, of course, gonna have input, but he only has limited knowledge of the high school and college game because he has an 82 game season and they make deep playoff runs. You feel me? So it's like Steve Kerr can say, hey, Bob Myers, I want this dude, I want this dude. But it should be on the GM and the scouts to be like, hey, James Wiseman ain't nothing near what LaMelo Ball is. Hey, Jonathan
I wish
Kaminga
I was
ain't
a
nothing
fly
near what
on the
Franz
wall in that
Wagner is.
office.
Cause this is what I'm saying, Chris. If you bring in Kaminga and you bring in Wiseman and they can't play, that's not Steve Kerr's fault, bro. It's not Steve Kerr. You can develop guys, but when you literally pass up guys that are averaging 20 plus points, Franz Wagner averages 20. LaMelo averages 23. Y'all passed up on 43 points. It's hard to come back from that as a GM. That's not the coach's fault. That's not his job. That's all I'm saying.
Indeed, agree to disagree.
But so the only team we ain't really talked about, because man, I don't know, the Dallas Mavericks, and then we can switch to the East. I was looking at some stats the other day. Dallas is a bottom 5 block team when it comes to blocks. They a bottom 10 team when it comes to steals. So they don't turn nobody over. They're middle of the pack when it comes to defense overall. I think, and hey, their offensive rating is top 10, top 15. Like their offensive rating is not bad. I feel like they have everybody says Luka needs more help. This. Man, these dudes need to play more defense. We have no rim protection. We have damn near no perimeter defense. I feel like it gets overblown that Luka needs more help offensively. I feel like we need a rim protector / lob threat, and we need an off ball star. That's how I feel. Cause I feel like Luka can play. Bro, I'm watching that Hawks game, bro. Luka wasn't making me that mad in terms of just his passes be pinpoint. Dudes just miss. Dudes literally just miss. If I get you a wide open shot,
I
like
mean, we've
we
been
can't
talking
talk
about
about,
that with
hey,
them
we need
all
to punch the
year. And
ball.
who the main two we've been talking about that with? Timmy and Finney Smith. They supposed to be the two other components in all this, and they not getting it done.
Man,
They supposed to be the defenders, and those are supposed to be 2, 3, and D guys.
exactly. They're
That's what they're
failing at
supposed to
both.
be. They're
They're
failing
failing at
at
both.
both. They have been the main ones to get wide open shots. They're the main
Uh
ones. Christian Wood has to go to work for his shit.
oh my goodness. Reggie Bullock. Oh my goodness. Reggie Bullock shooting splits. He's shooting 38% from the field, 35% from 3, 65% from the free throw line. He's averaging 6 points.
Trash. He's literally a catch and shoot 3-point shooter, and he can't even do that right.
Oh, that's nasty. Dorian Finney-Smith is shooting 40% from the field, 34%
But
from free,
but you know what?
67% from the free throw
That's not
line.
even my main problem. My problem is
Oh my
that these
god.
niggas are really trying to beam back Nerlens Noel. That's my problem, bro. The Mavericks just do too much dumb shit for me. They do. They did it with bro. We saw him do it with Dirk for years. He had to literally carry teams on his back. Luca is not gonna do that shit for too much longer, bro. He's just not. I just don't see it. I mean, I might
I
name maybe one or two of these new players under the age of 25, 26 that might do that shit, but I'm just not seeing Luca dealing with this bullshit, bro. If he gotta keep doing this type of shit every night to score
Luka
50
stinks.
points and beat the Knicks by 5, to score over 40 and lose points by 10, he ain't gonna keep doing that shit, bro.
Um, Ray, how you feel about the Mavericks? Then I'm gonna go.
I don't know.
And mind you, they just got a new GM, so they moving motherfuckers around and some shit ain't working.
I think they fell in Luca. That's what I look at it as. We can talk about their top 10, 15 offensive rated team, but when you look at them play, they are not no top 10, 15 offensive team. Um,
I was surprised. I'm
you
surprised they
just
that
named
high.
you just named off two of they supposedly better 3-point shooters, and they not even shooting good. Um, really,
So this is my question to you, Ray.
they offensive rating comes from Luca.
Exactly. This is my question to you, Ray. Because everybody talks about Luca needs to do this, Luca needs to do that. Do you
Who?
really feel? What do you feel like Luca needs to do? I'm asking Ray because, like,
What?
I
Who is saying that Luca needs to do anything?
man,
Yeah,
everybody, bro.
I'm not saying what he needs to do more of, but I mean that would just be ludicrous to say he needs to do more anything. If anything, the front office need to do something. Luka doing everything he possibly can.
We fifth in offensive rating, 25th in defensive rating, 29th in assists.
And you want to know why they're 29th? Because motherfuckers can't hit wide open shots.
They clanking wide open threes, bro.
Wide open shots.
Because this my problem, Ray. They talk about Luka. He's too ball dominant. He needs to get a ball up. First of all, who's he go give the ball up to? And when he makes pinpoint wide open passes in the shot pocket, because everybody knows passing, it's an art. You got to pass it to a dude where he can just go up in his jump shot form and it's perfect. Luka does that a lot. Dude just clank. They clank. Like
Because
I literally,
Luca is gonna automatically draw a double team 9 times out of 10 when he drives into the paint. Because if he gets in there, he's about to have you dancing. He's about to fuck you up. His size allows him to do whatever the fuck he wants to. So y'all can't sit here and tell me he needs to do more when he doesn't take the shot. He kicks it out to a wide open man,
exactly.
and he acts like he forgot how to shoot.
Exactly.
Like
That
this team is literally full. Like Christian Wood is averaging 18 points a game. I can't ask him to do no more. That's what you're supposed to do as a second option.
it's 50
He's
people
shooting.
averaging 20, so I'm gonna need you to get about 20 though.
Yeah, get the 20. But as far as coming to a new team, like I feel like he'll get the 20 by the end of the year. He still
Okay.
got half a season left. I think he'll get the 20. Like I think he's figuring it out. He's figuring out how Luke. Because you got to understand, he came from Houston. Houston, them young boys, they running. They running up and down the court. They're not doing this slow play shit that Luca be doing. When them boys when they get to going, they get to going. So I think he's figuring out how to get set in an offense, how to be where he needs to be, how to play off of a pick and roll that Luca won't set, and how to be in the right spot where he needs to be there. He's just learning how to play with Luca. So I think he's going to get 220. But everybody else, bro, I mean, I can't talk too bad about Cleveland, but we already had this conversation, DJ. You know, I said we already said who to keep, and just everybody else blow it up. Like this,
Um,
it's just looking bad. It's bad. You can't have a top five player, top or what you say, top
mm.
three, and not try to give him something, bro.
I'm gonna say this, and then we can move on to the Eastern Conference. But I feel like they messed up when they went and got Porzingis in the first place because they was trying to compete too early. You supposed to stack draft picks because Luka was only 20. He was only like 19, 20. So you supposed to stack draft picks, let him lose. Like Cuban didn't want to let him lose, so we lost assets by going to get KP. We didn't pick up Brunson option, which is stupid. You always pick up an option because come on, why not? You can trade them later.
I would
But
have to go back and see as far as like who was on the trading block that because I don't feel like they made a bad move. I don't like that they traded for Porzingis.
don't
I
trade for
want to
Luka.
I want to go back and look and see who else was out there because I feel like they could have gotten somebody else better. But I do feel like I agree with you that they should have paid Jalen Brunson whenever it came time to pay him instead of waiting and waiting and waiting. Because when his contract came up, he was still just a bench player. He never had no type of shine. So you could have literally paid him pennies on the dollar and still had him under contract today.
My only thing is like Luca was 20 years old when we went and got uh KP. I feel like you don't do nothing like it's not winning time when dude is 20. Nobody's ever won at 20 except for like Magic Johnson. Was Kobe was 20 when he won. But I'm saying like you have to already have somebody there that's already a veteran. Like Luca wasn't gonna come in at 20 and start winning. I feel like Cuban kind of he tried to accelerate the process, and we lost draft picks. We lost because I'd rather
I just
us
feel
get
like he did
bad
it for
than
the.
go out
I
in the
just feel like
first
he
round
did
and
it
get
for the
swept.
wrong player. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand we made
No,
it to the playoffs. I just feel like he did it for the wrong. Like, if you would have did it for
no,
somebody who wasn't it, because I didn't like the trade anyway because Porzingis was already injury prone. He was injury prone when you traded for him.
yeah,
So,
and it's crazy.
so
Porzingis played over 40 games already this year. He's averaging
yeah,
22 points.
and he's actually staying healthy now. Like, what the fuck? Like all these
That's
years
crazy.
down here, and yeah, and you got Porzingis and you got Tim Hardaway out of that trade. So look at all you had to
Oh,
give up for that.
let okay. We can segue into our top 10 power forwards. Ray, you got your list? Because I know Chris, you
Yes,
probably
sir.
don't got your list, but you can react to our list.
I have it. It's just not in the order because
Oh, okay,
I
that's
ain't
cool.
had
I
yeah
don't have
y'all
mine
because
in
yeah
order either. I just started.
Okay, that's
When I
cool.
started just thinking of some players, I was like, okay.
yeah y'all got to give me at least 2 days for this shit. You can say something about this yesterday. I was like, oh
Now
okay.
I actually got more than 10. I guess I put some in the honorable mention. Um, but
So before we go, I just have two. So I need to make sure. So are we counting LeBron James as a four? That was my only question.
Oh my god. Yeah, you can though.
Okay,
another
that's all I was.
question, because since he's been with Brooklyn, he has played the four.
Oh
So
my
is
goodness. Here
KD
y'all
considered
go
a
with
four?
this.
He done played the four the past
Y'all
three
done
seasons.
contaminated the power forward position with KD and LeBron. Y'all done messed up my whole thing. Now I'm gonna say I'm crazy. Go
No,
ahead.
I was just asking a
But no,
Go
question.
ahead,
Like
Ray.
I mean,
I don't have to put him on
at the end of
there.
their
I
careers,
don't
they can
have
be
to put
looked
him
at as
on
small
there.
forwards. But I'm saying, like right now, currently, they're playing the four position.
Go ahead, Ray, with your list. Mine's gonna sound crazy now.
I mean, if you don't have them on there, I mean, it's just because you look at them as small forwards. It's all like at the end of their careers, they're gonna be viewed as a small forward. So I'm just saying, currently, they're LeBron is playing the four. In the last three seasons, KD has been labeled a four.
I know, but it's still gonna make my list sound crazy, bro. But go ahead, Ray.
I got Giannis, I got Siakam, I got Randall, I got Zion, I got Marketing, Jeremy Grant, LeBron, Jaren Jackson Jr., Evan Mobley, um, KD, and then some other names I got is like Cat and AD. Only reason I had him in my top 10 because they've been hurt most of the season.
Okay.
But I got John Collins also, Tobias Harris, and Aaron Gordon.
Oof. Go ahead, Chris.
So I got. Damn, I don't even want to say him no more. Nigga said we say KD and then you make it sound crazy. Okay, so I got. Wait, let me make sure I got 10. Mm, 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 8. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, so I got I'll take KD and LeBron out. So I got Giannis, I got AD, I got Zion, I got Lori Marketing, I got Sabonis, I got Randall, I got John Collins. Did how many I just name off?
That sound like 6.
Hold on. Let me just do it up. I got Giannis, I got AD,
Mm-hmm.
I got Aaron. I didn't say Aaron Gordon. I got Zion. I got Christian Wood.
4.
I got Marketing that makes 5.
5.
I got Sabonis that makes 6. I got Randall that makes 7. I got John Collins that make 8. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Aaron Gordon to make my 9. In my 10, trying to make sure I don't forget nobody. I probably have to say Siakam.
Yeesh. Why? Oh, see, okay. I'm gonna start there. Pascal Siakam is the most disrespected player in the league, bro. He was all NBA last year. He's averaging 25 this
He's
year.
not at 10. I'm just saying he's the 10th person.
But I'm saying the fact that you got to him so late is like he's averaging 26, 6, and 8. 26, 6, and 8. Or 26, 8, and 6.
Ain't no disrespect, brother. Ain't no disrespect.
26, 8, and 6. You was the last dude. Now you said, I guess, y'all. Oh,
Ain't no
but
disrespect, brother.
okay. Now that we talked about
Anybody?
this, I'm
I
gonna
mean,
ask
what
this
is
question.
Bam
At the
a
same
power forward?
time,
Who?
who?
Bam.
Nah, he's center.
Okay. I fancy.
But at the same time, I haven't watched a lot of Toronto basketball this year. I can admit that.
Okay, that's understandable. They suck. I mean, hey, I'll keep it real. But this was the second question to this. Is the power forward position weak? Y'all added LeBron and KD, so now it's like
No, I
Oh, I can take.
asked.
If I
I
take
took I
if I
took
take
them
Kid and
out.
LeBron off,
okay.
I still got more than 10 people I can name
I
off.
took them out.
Because I was thinking about this because I was watching Laurie Marketing versus Paolo, and the fact that y'all didn't mention Paolo, I think Paolo is already a top 10 power forward. He's already averaging 21. He's already averaging 21. And I just feel like his trajectory just is I take Paolo over Randall. I'll take Paolo over Kuzma, Grant, Wood, Gordon. I'll take Paolo because that and this is going to segue into the Paolo take because we just talked about and yeah, I had some of the similar names in the power forward, so it's like there's no need for me to name mine because I had similar. But I felt like nobody was gonna mention Paolo, and Ray was talking about he wanted to talk Paolo, so this was a perfect segue into that. I feel like Paolo came into the league top 10 at his position. Because if you look at the Orlando Magic, hey, they swept Boston this year. Boston has the best record in the NBA. They were fully healthy. Well, I ain't gonna say fully healthy because they didn't have Rob Will, but Orlando, they beat them twice already. Like sweep, competitive games. Uh, so I just feel like I feel like Paolo should definitely be top 10 power forward, and we go lean into this. How do y'all feel about Paolo now that y'all probably done seen a couple highlights, seen a couple games? I've been raving about him since the summer. Y'all remember before we even started doing the podcast like this, and we was doing it the old way at the studio. I'm talking about Paolo, bro. So I just wanted to ask y'all, how do y'all feel about Paolo now, and how do y'all feel about him like jumping up there in that power forward rankings? Because I feel like he's a top 10 power forward in my opinion.
He definitely got an argument.
Yeah, I mean, you got to argue it. I mean, we may have whiffed.
I can say his shooting may not show how great of a season he's having for a rookie, but he that's kind of expected. I don't care how great a rookie comes in. More times than not, they rookie year they shooting not gonna be all that great. Because for one, they're used to playing at a smaller sample of games versus now you playing a whole 82 game season. So that's something they still getting acclimated to. But he still has a true shooting percentage of 55%. So even with his shooting splits not being that great, his true shooting kind of exposes that he is actually still having a pretty productive and efficient type of shooting. He's averaging 21, 6, 4, and over 1 still. Um, we was talking about this earlier. He's a power forward by definition. Well, not by definition, but by like how they label him. But technically, he's actually a small forward how he plays because he does everything. Like he does what is asked of a small forward, but he's in a power forward body.
6'10",
So it,
250.
so it's like it's one of those things where um, he's I don't know, man. His ceiling it's gonna be crazy.
Cause this my thing. You got something to say about Paolo, Chris?
I mean, it may not be necessarily about Paolo. It is more, I guess, more say about the Magic because I mean, they can talk about a lot of people question that Markel Fultz pick up, but Markel Fultz has actually been playing okay this season.
He is.
So I do feel like that the Magic have actually like went in the right direction, and this entire team has pretty much been drafted. So just imagine if they took this team they have right now and went and got them a star. Not like they ain't already got an ascending star, but as far as
Got
Paulo,
two.
I feel like he was that one player that was missing. I think right now it's just gonna take chemistry up because I'm looking right now. Denver was healthy. They only lost by 3.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna get to.
Denver
Cause
was healthy. I
mm,
see Jokic name. I see Aaron Gordon name. I see Michael Porter Jr.'s name. We don't never see his name. Denver was healthy.
mm-hmm. Cause this is what I was gonna say about Paolo. Because this is why I say when people when it comes to evaluating prospects, I take people's resume into consideration. Paolo was on Duke last year, best player on the team. It was built around him. He made it to the Final Four. You know, it was no other top 10 pick that made it to the Final Four. He was the only one. He was the only one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like his impact on winning. Like I said, they swept the Boston Celtics this year. Uh, I feel like Paolo, his numbers right now, he's averaging 21 points. He's averaging 7 rebounds, 4 assists. You know what LeBron averaged his rookie year? He averaged 21 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. LeBron shot 42% from the field, 29% from three, and 75% from free throw. Paolo, he's shooting 44% from the field, 32% from three, and he's shooting 76% from the free throw line. I feel like because Victor Wembanyama is coming, Paolo is getting overlooked. Paolo is on an all-time trajectory when it comes to rookie seasons. Like you think
Plus,
about the
he
KD.
got the size. He pretty much is coming in with damn near the same build as LeBron.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like he's getting overlooked. He's averaging 21 points a game as a rookie. Y'all don't understand how
Mm-hmm.
rare that is. People, that's Melo, that's KD, that's Luka, that's Braun, that's Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like Paolo, I just wanted to show him some love because like they beat the Warriors. They beat the Warriors earlier this year when the Warriors was was really kind of all right. So it's like they got some good wins on their resume as a young team. Franz Wagner is averaging 20 points, and he's a second-year player. I just feel like Paolo, he's a winning player. He's making winning plays. It was a game I watched, the Magic versus Utah the other day, and like Paolo wasn't playing that good in the first half. Second half came, he turned it on. He took over the game athletically. Like he took over the game athletically from a skill perspective. He started getting steals, run out dunks. Everybody's like, "Oh shit, the Magic finna come back and win this game," because this rookie was literally taking over the game. And I just feel like Paolo has to be the most disrespected number one overall pick that I can remember, because people was talking about picking Jabari Smith and Chet Holmgren over him. Like, y'all remember how I felt about it? I was like, bro, y'all look crazy. Because Paolo has never done anything in his high school career, his college career, that didn't scream number one pick. He took Duke to the Final Four as a freshman. The only person that had a better freshman campaign like that I can think of when it came to winning is Melo. Like Duke was in the Final Four on the back of a freshman, and everybody else was pretty much freshmen. So it's like I feel like he's just been the most disrespected number one pick that I can think of, because everybody looking forward to Victor Wembanyama. But Paolo's having an all-time rookie season. That's all I'm saying. That's all. That's all I was gonna say about that.
Way to show love to your boy.
Yeah.
You forgot to mention Kareem.
Oh yeah, man. Kareem and Magic, Larry Bird, like, they
But no, when you was talking about like how rare it is for people to come in averaging 20 points, I was like,
oh yeah.
Got to mention Kareem. That boy came in averaging 29, almost 30 points just about.
that. Hey, I got I keep it on my era, because it's like
People
I
love
wasn't even paying
talking
attention.
about how the
Boston came
ABA.
back. They going into overtime.
Speaking of Kareem, though, people love talking about how the ABA wasn't merged yet with the NBA. Kareem was still the best player when they did merge.
I don't care.
I don't understand that logic. Like, oh, he wasn't winning up. Like, I don't understand. Like,
bro,
people be having these unrealistic expectations.
If Dr. J was the best player in the ABA, I don't care too much about that league, because as soon as he got back to the NBA, he lost to Ricky Magic and a hobbled Kareem. So it is what it is.
Well, Kareem only missed one game now.
He only missed one game, but it's like, you think he was fully healthy after missing that one game?
That one game ended the series. That's
but
the game Magic took over as the center.
Yeah, so it's even nastier, bro.
Before that, in 5 games, Kareem was averaging 33 points, 14 rebounds.
This is what I want to get into.
5 blocks.
This is what I want to get into.
You don't think that make a difference?
Okay, yeah, this what I've been waiting to get into. Fuck what y'all talking about. Let's get into this draft. Let's get into this 2020 draft. We talking about these year 3 players. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting to see. I've been waiting to hear the craziness. Okay. I've been waiting to hear the I just know I'm gonna hear something crazy. Okay. So let me just what was the topic supposed to be again? What was the actual preface that was set?
The year 3 leaps and who's been disappointing and just things like that.
Melo.
What? Melo what?
Disappointing.
Are you serious? Are you crazy?
I don't like it.
24, 8, and 5.
I don't like it.
Bro, he's averaging 24, 8, and 5.
I don't like it.
His team is terrible. He's averaging 24, 8, and 5. He was rookie of the year, and then he became an all-star.
And he shouldn't have got that rookie of the year.
What? Who should have got it?
Anthony Edwards was
Anthony Edwards was shooting
robbed.
terrible.
What?
Anthony Edwards was shooting terrible. He shot terrible his rookie year.
Bro,
He
stop
turned it over the
it.
last 20 games.
Stop it. You got to cut that out, man.
Bro,
That nigga LaMelo's shooting percentage was just a little bit higher, but LaMelo missed more games.
his team was finna be in the playoffs. He was dragging his team to the playoffs. He's been in the play-in playoff like situations his whole career, Chris.
No,
like,
man, I ain't going.
Years, what? You ain't going what?
I ain't going. I don't feel like that nigga team is just terrible. I ain't going.
How come it ain't?
Good.
They got this third overall pick before he came. How are they not terrible? And
so
when he was hurt
before
year,
he came,
they're the worst team in the league. He was hurt this year. They're the worst team in the league.
And that year that he went to the play-in, he still had Terry Rozier, who all of a sudden could dunk over KD.
Chris,
and he had an athletic Miles Bridges that he was throwing lobs to all day. Was playing decent defense.
Ray, you hearing this, man? Yeah. He dragged his team to
Terry Rozier in 2023 is nasty work.
No, sir, I'm not going.
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say he was robbed, but I will say he may have an argument, but I want to say he was just completely robbed.
So LaMelo made it to the playoffs his second year in the league, right?
Bro, Anthony Edwards was shooting 42%, 33% from three, averaging 19, 5, and 4. LaMelo, because I'm going to go compare their rookie years real quick. LaMelo was shooting. LaMelo averaged 16 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, but he was shooting 44% from the field and 35% from three. He was more efficient. He averaged more rebounds and more assists.
So what did you say what was Ant shooting from three?
32.
So we finna get this nigga credit for 3% when Ant really ain't even a shooter like that. LaMelo's supposed to be a shooter, and all you can give me is 35.
Bro, his rookie year as a point guard, 44% from the field, 35% from three, 16 points.
And what was Ant
6
from
rebounds,
the field?
assists.
Hold on, what was Ant from the field?
Chris? He literally was dragging him to the play-in. Huh?
And what was Ant from the field?
Let me go back to
42.
Yeah. Ant was 42% from the field.
So my perspective from it was that Anthony Edwards was still relatively close to all these numbers, but LaMelo played less games. That was my whole argument about the whole thing.
No, see.
Nah, bro. Nah.
No, you're looking at the number. I'm looking at the impact. I'm looking at the impact.
What do you mean you're looking at the
Hornets was nothing before LaMelo came, and he started dragging into playoff contention.
And the West was actually harder to get into playoff contention than in Anthony Edwards' first year. Don't do that. The West was not the West it is today.
Bro, but he had an all-star big man that's been there and has been to the playoffs.
So Don't do that. We ain't been giving praise to Karl Anthony Towns the whole time we be doing this shit. Don't be trying to give him no praise. The same person
that Jimmy Butler said was soft.
Don't be trying to give him praise. No. Don't do that. Don't try to give him praise all of a sudden for that all-star and all them accolades.
Karl Anthony Towns, Miles Bridges.
I ain't going for that. I ain't doing this comparison with you, bro. Do not try to give this nigga Cat no clout. You ain't gave this nigga love for nothing. I'm not going for that.
You trying to lower the bar for Cat so you can make him sound like, no, we're not about to do that, man.
I'm not going for that, bro.
No, I'm saying I don't want to hear about that because LaMelo had a bigger impact on team success, period. That's all I'm saying. Is that not a fact?
Bro, so you telling me that you trying to go Miles Bridges against Karl Anthony Towns.
Karl Anthony Towns averaged 20. He averaged 27 and 11 in 4. 27, 11 and 4 that year. It was bro, hell no, I ain't going, bro.
No, bro. You ain't said nothing good about Karl Anthony Towns all year. You done had all the numbers in the world thrown at you, but now all of a sudden you want to act like that make a difference, bro. I ain't going for that shit.
Who did LaMelo have for them to be going?
I still feel like LaMelo had a deeper team than Minnesota. They had a deeper team.
And then Ant had a better player. So it evens out.
But
That was
that's one player.
27-11, bro.
You just said that when it comes playoff time, you need to have at least 8 players. So don't give me that just because he had one better player out of
Gordon
everybody on
Hayward.
Charlotte that he should have made it there.
Okay, let's go back to LaMelo rookie year. Gordon Hayward, injury prone. Terry
Okay.
Rozier, injury prone. Miles Bridges wasn't as good as he was LaMelo's second year. So I'm trying to see how
Now
was the
name
Hornets so much
Minnesota's
better.
roster. Name Minnesota's roster. No, I need you to name Charlotte and their bench, and their notable bench, and then name Minnesota.
I got you. You know, I ain't ducking nothing.
I don't want you
So,
to duck. Don't duck these shots.
so I'm looking for I gotta go back one more year. Gotta go up 1 year. So they had D'Angelo Russell, Karl Anthony Towns, Malik Beasley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Ricky Rubio, Nas Reed, Garrett Vanderbilt. What? What you laughing at?
Ricky Rubio, argument over.
No, hell no. You had okay. You said how many players you want me to name? That's decent players.
I was fucking with you though. Okay,
Jared
okay, so
Vanderbilt is a role player. Karl Anthony Towns is a star level talent. D'Angelo Russell has been an all-star. Ricky Rubio was a top 10 pick. Nas Reed is a solid bench bid.
Wait.
Jaden
Wait. See, this is the shit right here. I don't like. Why are you bringing up Ricky Rubio being a top 10 pick when y'all were just cooking this nigga yesterday?
And you was just talking down on Nas Reed too, DJ.
You see, this is the see,
on
ladies
this
and
episode.
gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the shit that he tries to do to try to win y'all over. This nigga was just cooking Ricky Rubio and want to bring up the fact that he was a top 10 pick.
Bro, I talk shit.
No, sir. I ain't. Boy, I almost called. Yeah,
okay,
nigga, yeah. Well, let me tell you something. That shit ain't gonna work.
Let me get to this roster.
Name the okay. How about this? Name the roster and don't name that extra bullshit.
Okay, Gordon Hayward, Devontae Graham, Miles Bridges, Malik Monk, Terry Rozier, PJ Washington.
And so you really gonna sit here and tell me that
bro,
Charlotte?
I'm taking Minnesota, bro. Yes, I am.
You take it. Hold on. So okay. Hold on. So let's do this. So take Karl Anthony Towns and take Anthony Edwards. Take LaMelo Ball and take whatever player off of Charlotte you want to. Them players at that point in their career, the rest, whoever else you got left, who are you taking?
Bro, Gordon Hayward only played 44 games. Miles Bridges only played well, he did play. He played. Malik Monk only played 42 games. Bro, nah.
Talent wise, who are you taking?
I ain't going, bro.
I'm
going Karl Anthony Towns. I'm going D'Angelo.
I said outside. Outside of that, talent wise, who are you taking? And I'm talking talent wise at that point, not D'Angelo Russell back in Brooklyn.
Bro, okay. So if we gotta do it like this because y'all are nasty, bro. If y'all think that Charlotte Hornets team was just so much better than that Minnesota team, it was averaging 27-11, bro. Like, oh my goodness, bro. This stuff I be talking about, Chris, because the rosters wasn't that different, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
I ain't going. My boy got robbed.
Bro, let me get to the stats. Because you get nasty. Oh, this the year 25. So Carl Harris averaged 25. Malik Beasley averaged 20. D'Angelo Russell averaged 19. 25, 19, 19. And then Nas Reed averaged 11. Now, let's go back to LaMelo. Terry Rozier averaged 20. Gordon Hayward averaged 20, but he only played 44 games. Everybody else was 14 or less. It was damn near. Oh, man.
And you just said the
I
boy
just whooped
averaged
your
11,
ass.
so 14 sound more than 11 to me.
He had three people
And
over. He had three
so how many
people
games did them other
over
people play you was
19
talking
points.
about? So how many games did D-Lo play?
42.
Okay, so that's 40 on 40. That's 140 right there. How many games did Ant play? How many games did Cat play?
72. Cat played 50. LaMelo Ball almost
Okay,
dragged them to the play-in, and he only played 51 games.
bro.
No, you see now you try to move the goalpost. They had 4 people averaging over 19 points, Chris. What can you say to that? And then you had a dude getting 11, and then you had another dude getting 9.
But
It's
those
no,
4 people that was averaging, nobody played over. But you literally just said that D'Lo played 40 games, Cat played 50, so it wasn't too much more over there. And they only had one person to play 70 games.
bro. The only person that did that was fucking Terry Rozier on Charlotte. Nobody, bro. Gordon Hayward didn't
But
get past 40.
but how
LaMelo
many
played
games did Terry
51.
play? How many games did Terry play?
He played 69, but Ant played 72. So it's like it's a mute point, Chris. Because my thing is, them rosters pretty damn
No,
close, and I would say Minnesota's was better. Ray, you don't think Minnesota roster was better after I done said that?
but
D'Angelo
bro,
Russell,
so
Carl
you telling
Towns,
me
Malik
that
Beasley,
wait, so back to your point. So you said LaMelo played 50 something games.
51.
So at the same time, but if we just talk about individuals for the rookie of the year, how can we not give it to Ant when his numbers are just a tick below his with 20 plus more games?
Because he sucked for the 3/4 of the season. He came on in the last month. That's why his numbers jumped up.
It don't matter what you're doing, your numbers are your
Oh my
numbers.
God.
Your
LaMelo
numbers
had
are
his
your
team almost in the
numbers.
playoffs his rookie year. He came back his second year, made the
And
All-Star team, and they made the play-in again. He drags his team. Bro, nah.
first of all, LaMelo ain't getting voted. That nigga was an all-star reserve. Stop just
What was
giving that
Anthony
nigga credit
Edwards?
like he just got in there.
What was Anthony Edwards? What the hell are you talking about, dude? That was in his second year.
He was still a reserve, but you talking like he just
Anthony
got
Edwards
voted up in
wasn't
that motherfucker.
there. You trying to shit on a dude that wasn't there because the nigga was a reserve. That sounds crazy. Dude wasn't there
Yes,
at
the nigga
all.
was only there because somebody got hurt. I ain't giving you clap for that.
So
I do the
Anthony
same thing
Edwards
with the
was,
NFL.
bro,
I don't
somebody
give
got
niggas
hurt, they
clap that.
still didn't get Anthony Edwards. So what's your point?
I ain't
Huh?
going. I ain't going. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't care
See,
about
I'd rather you say that. I'd rather you say that.
I ain't going.
whatever.
I mean, both of their teams probably was just about balanced. Because Hornets had 7 players in double-digit scoring. 7 players in double-digit scoring is crazy.
And now go look at Minnesota. Having like 4 people average over 19.
I already seen a roster, and all those guys you was talking about played 50 games or less that was doing those type of scoring numbers. So that really don't move me. These players are playing 64, 69, 66 games. They main players, other than Melo and Devontae Graham.
Look at that. Telling information he wanted to
Hayward
tell.
played 44. What are you talking about? The only people that played over 55 was Graham, Rozier, and PJ Washington. That's what's moving you.
Bridges
Played 66 games, but he only started 19. He wasn't that good. He averaged 13 points that year, LaMelo's rookie year. What are we doing?
Then why you trying to hold? If he wasn't starting that year, that meant he was giving 13 off the bench. Why you holding that against him?
I'm not holding it against them, but you had, bro, bro, you had Malik Beasley getting 20. You had D'Lo getting 19. You had Karl Anthony Towns getting 25 and
You
11.
talking about Miles Bridges wasn't that good yet. He shot 50% from the field, 40% from three.
He averaged 13
Like what
points,
is
bro. He averaged 13 points.
he still shot 40% from the three and 50% from the field.
So you saying that Hornets team was just that much better than that Minnesota team? That's what I'm hearing from Ray.
I'm saying they have an argument to be on par with that Minnesota team.
But that's what I'm saying. And LaMelo's impact on winning was greater. They was in the playoffs, right? You don't remember that being a major storyline? Like LaMelo was dragging them to the playoffs on good efficiency, 16, 6, and 6 as a rookie on good efficiency, point guard.
That's
Like that's what I'm saying. It's like
I'm not taking nothing away from LaMelo.
I'm saying Chris is going a little wild. He going a little overboard, acting like just Charlotte was just overpowering the Timberwolves and all that. Man, no.
Al Horford just attempted a step back fadeaway shot.
Okay, let's get to the East.
I'm looking at that too.
Let's get to the East. Let's run through this real quick. So you got the Celtics
Wait a
number one,
goddamn minute.
Bucks at 2, 76ers at 3, Nets at 4, Cavaliers at 5, Heat at 6, then followed by the Knicks, Hawks, Pacers, Bulls. So what's been going on in the East in y'all mind?
I got a don't count them out category, and I'm giving that to Atlanta. They are currently the 8th seed, and they on a 4-game winning streak. And it's been against 3 playoff teams. They 3-4, and 3 out of the 4 games on a win streak has been on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And I got them as the don't count them out.
Okay, because my teams that I feel like these are all teams that are in contention. The Celtics, Bucks, Sixers, Nets, and Cavs. You think the Hawks can beat any one of those teams? And if so, which one?
You said the Nets, Bucks, and Hawks? No, you said the Nets, Bucks, and Boston?
Nets, Bucks, Cavs, Hawks, Celtics. 76ers too.
Don't count them out just mean really they're going to put up a fight against somebody. And we're not, it ain't so much more as okay, yeah, this is like, okay, they about to make a deep push, but it's more so just if you call sleeping, the upset could possibly happen. That's what I'm looking at Atlanta as.
How do you feel about Trae Young and his situation with Nate McMillan and just the off the court stuff with Trae and the Hawks?
I mean, we've been hearing stuff with Trae name in it since the rookie year. First, they were saying him and Collins wasn't really getting along. Then we found out that was just a whole bunch of just media trying to stir something up because him and Collins actually, from what I see, they got a pretty solid relationship as far as teammates and even just off the court, I feel like they pretty cool and pretty tight. But I mean, I don't know. You can't. It's one of those things where they try to put so much blame on a coach sometimes. I'm like, dude, Nate McMillan is not out there shooting 40% from the field. Trae Young is.
Yeah.
Nate McMillan's not out there taking bad shots. Bogdanovich is. So it's like, especially in crew, I'm like, dude, who put the ball in Bogdanovich's hands in the last 2 minutes?
Bro, nah, that used to be your boy. Don't say that.
I never said he was the go-to guy in the crucial moments.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
I'm like, why does he why are some of these players feeling this comfortable? Like, I feel like Murray and Trae Young are finally starting to mesh, though. They finally finding their footing. Okay, what's it called? Trae Young is going to be the dominant point guard, and Murray can play off that because Murray is more of a scoring type of guard versus, okay, I'm a traditional type of point guard. And I feel like the way Trae Young played yesterday, he should play out there going forward. Be more of a facilitator versus, okay, I'm out here chunking shots. Get your 18 to 22 points. You don't have to average 29 no more. Like, I don't feel like he has to do that no more. Now it's gonna be some games that may call for him to have a scoring outburst, but I feel like the way he played yesterday was perfect. That 18 points and 12 assists, I like that.
I'm a piggyback off the Trae Young. I feel like Trae Young, because people talk about Luka. I think he's worse than Luka in the aspect of I feel like he's more self-involved. It's a narrative around Luka Doncic that Luka is a guy that's kind of ball dominant. He's for himself. I feel like Trae Young falls into that category more than Luka. When he came out last year and he said, uh the regular season is boring, and when he says stuff like that, and when he doesn't want to go to practice, and when he's not showing up to games because him and Nate McMillan are getting to it, I just feel like he's immature. He's still young, uh but I feel like his immaturity is costing his team games, and it's just as simple as that. There's no reason why the Atlanta Hawks should have been mediocre last year and still mediocre this year trying to get it going. It's no excuse. I feel like DeJounte Murray is a top player. I feel like Trey's a top player. I like Clint Capella. Okongwu's good. I feel like they have a good balance of depth and talent. So the fact that they're just if Trey can't win with this team as him being the guy, how much better can it get for real? For real. You got another all-star that's good on offense, and he's a two-way. You got John Collins, who's we didn't talk. He's a top 10 power forward. Clint Capella, we know what he is. He's great at his role. Like I'm getting to the point where it's like it's not no excuses no more, bro. It's like y'all gotta show up and win, bro. Because it's no more excuses for Trey, and then you're the one playing bad. So I'm kind of off. I'm kind of off the Trey excuse train. I like him in the playoffs, and I felt like he didn't play as bad as people was trying to make it out in the playoffs last year. I felt like he had a bad couple games against Miami, but that's Miami. They turn it up, especially defensively in the playoffs. I feel like you got Jimmy Butler on the perimeter. You got Bam Adebayo in the paint. John Collins and Clint Capella was having injury issues last year. Bogdanovich, I think he was even having injury issues last year. So it was a lot on Trey last year in that playoff series. So I only put so much on him last year, but this year it's no excuse. It's no excuse this year. So that's just kind of where I'm at on Trey Young. Chris, you got anything to say about Trey and the Hawks?
Not really.
Okay, we
because like I saw it, but I was like, oh no. I ain't even really
Anything
looked that deep
exciting about the
into it.
Knicks and the Pacers to y'all? Anything exciting about those teams? Knicks, Pacers?
I mean, I really can't get excited about the Knicks till the playoffs come, man. That's kind of where I'm at with them.
They have a losing record at home and a winning record on the road. The only team top 10 in the East that has that. That's weird.
Hey, shit, I feel it.
What about the Heat? What about the Pacers? Now, we gonna talk about the Pacers. The Pacers fucking lost 5 in a row. We would have gave them some shine. They lost 5 in a row. And I don't like Halliburton. What about the Heat?
He said, and I don't like Halliburton.
That boy still got beef with Halliburton just because I said him and Fox.
I think he overrated, bro. He's
Nobody's
solid.
rated him.
They say he's better than LaMelo. I don't think
that?
so. Well, there's a couple people on a couple apps. It just, it's been narratives floating around on the internet.
I mean,
what about the Heat? Because the Heat done jumped all the way to the 6th seed.
Yep.
I mean, I just feel like they was going through a little slump. I mean, I don't think that any of those teams below them are better than them, so they right exactly where they need to be. They probably fight with the Cavs for that 5 seed, but I don't think they're going any higher than that.
That's gonna be a first round battle between them and Philly. If this stays how it is,
yeah.
Man, I said it once. I'm gonna say it again. Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo, and they are playoff. Like they got playoff risers. They're playoff goddamn underachievers. Both of them. And it's been this way. And we done had a 4-year sample size at this point. How long ago was the bubble? That was 4 years?
Three.
Damn near.
Three.
Three. So we done had like a 3-year sample size of Tyler Hero and Bam just not showing up in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler has to turn to Incredo nigga just to get them past all these teams because it's like I feel like that's what's holding the Heat back. Bam.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that literally got to be the only thing, bro. Because like I get what you're saying, but they've made it to the finals and the Eastern Conference Finals, so they can't be too far off if they back in contention after the slow start. If they go into these playoffs, bro, and at least make it back to the Eastern Conference Finals, then it's literally got to be a small change. I can't see myself blowing it up, but Jimmy Butler ain't getting no younger. Jimmy Butler, what, 33?
Oh, somewhere around there for sure.
33, 34?
Somewhere around there for sure.
You can't run around with these young boys forever.
Especially not with the talent that's coming in and the talent that's arriving.
Exactly. They gave Jimmy Butler that contract to win a chip. And granted, he's fulfilled it by getting there or getting close, but you got to bring it home, and you ain't brought it home.
He's 33 years old. My thing is Jimmy Butler's doing his job.
He's doing his job. It's the others. You right? It's the others. The others got to tee the fuck up when it's that time.
Kyle Lowry's cooked. We go on ahead, get that out the way. Terrible contract. Bam Adebayo averages 15 points and 9 rebounds in the playoffs. In the regular season, in the past couple years, because he was at 19 points, 19 and 10 last year. They went down to 14 and 9. Tyler Hero.
Yeah, that's not right.
I just feel like we don't get on Bam enough. He's supposed to be a top 3 power forward, ain't he? Oh, top 3 center. I mean, he's supposed to be the 3rd best center in the league, ain't he?
Who put him up there?
The center rankings. There ain't no centers. You got Jokic, Embiid. Shit. Who you got 3? You got. I guess you could put Sabonis, Gobert. like I don't know. Bam is a top 3 player at his position.
Trying to make a top 10 center list.
Bam is just a good player.
Bro, 15 games from Tyler Hero, 13 points, 41% from the field, 23% from 3. In the regular season, he was giving you
Tyler Hero hadn't gotten a contract yet, has he?
Yeah. Yes, he's got over 100.
Oh yeah, I forgot they gave him one after that finals year. Well,
it's Bam and Hero, bro. I didn't want to jump off the cliff. It's Bam and Hero, bro. They got to step up. They got to do better. They are literally playoff trash. 15 points and the other dudes at 13? Nah, that's disgusting. Jimmy Butler, damn, bro. Jimmy Butler almost killed himself trying to get them to the finals. Like, literally.
He did get to the finals. He was over there, man. You remember that one game when he was over there leaned over? I'm like, bro, that boy about to die.
That boy gave it his all. That nigga ain't shaved in months.
Nigga gonna have goddamn back tendonitis for carrying them goddamn losers. They play like losers in the playoffs. I ain't gonna lie. Tyler Hero and Bam play like losers in the playoffs.
I ain't know Duncan Robinson still in the league.
Oh no, he's bad. How y'all feel about the Cavs and Donovan Mitchell ducking contending teams? He did it twice. He ducked Memphis and he ducked Denver.
You say who?
Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs, because I feel like Donovan Mitchell ducked two Western Conference teams.
I don't think he ducked him.
He ducked them. How you gonna play the Minnesota and then sit out against the Memphis and Denver?
Were they back to back?
He played against KD and Kyrie.
Oh, okay. But but the only reason why I can say he really did it just because they Western Conference teams don't that mean as much.
He played
Man,
against
anytime you got a
KD and
chance to play
Kyrie
a
when they was
contender, you
on.
get a
But
chance to
He
compete.
played against
but I
KD
was
and
about to
Kyrie when they
say,
was striking high.
Bro, you
but
play
they in the
every
East.
contender, not just one. I want my team
No,
shoot
I'm
up
about to
against
say
them.
it's because they
I'm
was in
saying,
the West.
I'm
That's why.
asking. I don't think he
That's
ducking. Cause why would he show up against Kyrie and be like, "No, I'm not gonna show up against I'm not gonna show up against John Moran."
I don't know. He the one that didn't play. I don't know. He didn't play against the Nuggets either. If it would have just been one of those teams,
Who was he ducking on the Nuggets that he gonna go over?
hey, where Jamal Murray been looking?
He
You
ain't
never
been looking
know.
like no duck, but that's what's up.
FYI, LaMelo's never been to the playoffs. He's been to the play-in. Just thought I want to let you know.
I said that.
You said playoffs.
I said he was trying
They
to
said he
drag.
carried him to the play-in.
I heard playoffs.
I said play
Oh
in.
well. Hey,
I said
when
playoff
this video drop,
contention.
We'll
when this
run this
video
back.
drop, it's
We'll run this back.
I'm gonna cook you, boy.
That's still nasty work though, DJ. That you're bragging about him dragging the team to the play-in.
His rookie and second year.
He's been dragging them to the play-in all 3 years.
Nasty work. You don't drag nobody to a lose.
And before the play-in, he'd be going home. I'm not going for that. Anthony Edwards was on a 7-seed team.
And he lost the series they should have won. And he made the dumbest mistake in the final moment.
He did, but you know what? LaMelo ain't never had the chance to make that dumb mistake.
They got blown out both years. They got blown out both years. They weren't supposed to be there though. That team is trash, bro. That team is literally trash. LaMelo wasn't here this year. That's the worst team I'd have seen in the past 5 years when LaMelo was gone.
Anthony Edwards, if you ever see this in your lifetime of being in existence, I am for you. You were robbed. LaMelo should not have won. He won that shit because of clout. That's the only reason why he won. And niggas like him are gassing him up.
Nah. Now it's my turn. And
hey, no. And they said, let me put it on just me.
He played bad for 2 months, bro. Like bad. That's all. Okay, we can move on to the next tier of teams because this is where it gets
you ain't gonna pay attention to paying bad when you coming off the bench, but we can move on.
Bro, Buck 76.
I'm done.
Buck 76ers, Nets, and Cavs are all like in the same space. They all have 27, 28, 29 wins. So the Celtics are clearly number one. They got a 4-game lead. But the Bucks, Sixers, Nets, and Cavs, who's the second best team at that 4?
Who's the second best?
Yeah, because Celtics are clearly in 1. But Bucks, 76ers, Nets, and Cavs are all 1 game within each other.
I'm still going with the Bucks as the number 2.
If they're all there. If they're all there.
Like Giannis said the fact that we even still a top 3 team and we ain't been all the way healthy all season unless you know how you are.
I ain't trying to hear that. Because
but
we've seen it time and time again.
If the Bucks are fully healthy, I feel like they're the best
time
team
and time again from the Bucks. Because we seen
them
them in the finals and we seen what
I feel like they're the best team to go against the Celtics if they're fully healthy. I don't feel like it's a good matchup for I don't think the Celtics are a good matchup for the Nets. I don't think they, but I feel like the Cavs though, that's the team I'm like. So hold on. So before we get, so do you have a problem? Because you brought it up. Do you have a problem with the Cavs bigs not being able to shoot?
It gets kind of clunky because I watched them play against Memphis and Donovan Mitchell didn't play. So it was kind of Garland out there by himself, and he had to rely on Levert. And you know how Levert get. We all know how Levert gets. Like, okay, bro. So when his third and fourth option was Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, it's just like, bro, them just ain't have no moves, bro. Like, it's like it's two of your top. They have nothing, literally. Like,
So
they have to be set up.
so
I don't
let me
like
ask.
it.
So do you think it was just because Kevin Love did he play? He played, didn't he?
Oh yeah, Kevin Love comes off the bench and he's strapped.
Right. So let me ask you this: do you feel like that is more of a rotational problem, or would you have still kept Kevin Love coming off of the bench? So you would still. Well, actually, you got to. Never
Uh,
mind. I don't even need to ask that
Evan
question.
Mobley and Jared Allen are so elite on defense, but it's just like
Well, no, I'm talking about
one
as
of them to
far
be able to
as
hit a jump shot.
because Karis LeVert comes off the bench, doesn't he?
Now he had to start because Donovan Mitchell didn't play yesterday.
But normally he does, right?
Yeah, because Isaac
Yeah,
Okoro has gotten to the starting lineup.
yeah. So that's why I was saying you had to have Kevin Love come off the bench just so you
Mhm.
still had some scoring coming off. So yeah, Kevin Love
But
would have been able to start no way. So
but but this is my problem with that though. You got the starters. This was the starters against Memphis. You had Darius Garland, Karis LeVert, Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. Offensively, that was not player, bro. I'm sitting here watching Garland just damn near breaking his neck trying to get a nigga open shot because you get a ball to Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, they kind of go be like they have no moves. Evan Mobley's trying to develop moves, but it's just like they offense is just yikes. Those two bigs is like somebody got to be able to catch and shoot or something. Got to give me something in the post, something. It's like Jared Allen scores off lobs. Evan Mobley kind of does, like he shows flashes of some scoring potential, but it's just like, bro, you lose
and that's what I was about to
Garland
say
or
because we know
Mitchell.
it's not coming because we know that shit not coming from Jared Allen, bro. Like that's not what he is. He was never brought in there to do that. So is that more on Evan Mobley? Because you just said you see flashes, so
Yeah, you in year two, improve.
yeah. Because Jared Allen's been in the league for years. We know what he is. He's not finna turn into something that he's not. This nigga, he's not finna start shooting the ball.
It just my thing is, come on, bro. You got a Coro
But
in your starting lineup. You got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. It's just like
but that's what I'm
that's
saying though.
offensively
Like
limited.
we're not gonna expect that from Jared Allen because normally I feel like in a normal lineup, Jared Allen would probably be the only one out there that's not really a shooter, and they would never let himself be put in that situation. But you like what you're saying, how Evan Mobley can be that, but it's just whenever I guess he's a microwave. It's just whenever he's hot, he hot.
But
So
this
I
my
feel
thing though,
like
Chris. Playoff scoring. You got 2-6-3 and under guards doing all the scoring in the playoffs. You know how the playoffs get. I feel like that's just it's limited when you literally only have two scorers, two
yeah, but
creators,
like I
and
said,
then
I feel like
Karis
that needs to
LeVert is
be
your
more.
third best
But
scorer.
again, that needs to be more on Evan Mobley than it needs to be. Like how you just said, he needs to develop. Because like I said, Allen, we know what he is. He not finna. Allen ain't taking no threes.
I
So
feel
it
that,
needs
but
to
they
be
want to
more on
compete
Evan
this year.
Mobley,
They want to
huh?
compete this year though. I'm saying like if we got to wait on Evan Mobley for 2-3 more years, it's like damn, we still got
Well,
this year to play.
but at this point, like at the way the roster developed right now, so what you said, like because we already know Donovan is gonna get his. We know Kevin Love, if they bring him in off the bench, he can get hot. We've seen it a couple times, and he still can. He actually fights to get rebounds. I actually still appreciate that he fights to get rebounds. A lot of older players don't do that. But and then you also got. I mean, you got your backcourt that's going to score. It's
Mm,
really just what is your front court going to do that I
exactly.
think is more inconsistent. But
Yeah.
I mean, we seen
But
Steph and Clay do it for
it's not
years.
just even the power forward and center position. It's the small forward too. It's like
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
what.
front
Yeah,
court.
yeah, yeah.
It's the whole front court. Like a Coro, Mobley and Allen, it's just like if they're not getting created for, it's a problem. So when somebody like Mitchell is missing out the lineup, it's like whoa,
Yeah,
like
you ain't just got people that just create their own shot.
because we seen it with Garland last year in the play-in. He was just out there like, man, I'm the only one that can do anything, and
Yeah,
that's a playoff type of atmosphere. So just imagine that going on. It's gonna be the same thing. Just you gonna have Donovan Mitchell, and y'all gonna be probably playing a 2-man. Garland is your turn. Mitchell is my turn because like all them easy lobs and them easy cuts, Mobley and Allen getting that shit not happening in the playoffs, bro. That's basically what I'm saying. Like,
nah, that's just getting shut down.
yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. It's just like that scoring output from two dudes at 6'3" and under. It makes me nervous. That's all. Cause now, okay, now we can segue into the Nets. They have a scoring overload. Like, bro, when the Nets was fully healthy, it was going on 30-2 runs, bro. It was going on 25-4 runs. Like they played Cleveland and ran them out the building because they could go on a 30-12 run, and Cleveland just don't have the offensive firepower to respond to that. Cleveland get down about 12, and it's pretty much over with, bro. Because it's like the
But
scoring.
at the same time though, I feel like with the Nets, I really feel like that's the only way that they can win because I like the same way how we talk about the playoffs. In the playoffs, it get more defensive. Like it's a more defensive game. Like the refs are swallowing their whistle. You're not going to get the same calls you were getting during the regular season. Not saying that a lot of they shit comes from free throws, but it's just if if like I said, that's why I say that the Bucks and the Celtics are like those two fully healthy teams are really still a bad matchup for the Nets because you really had too many players on both of those teams that can play defense and can score. And
I
then
feel
it's
it.
like at the same time, it's like you don't really need every single player to score, but almost it's a lot of the players that are pretty like Robert Williams. Like, yeah, he is a very good defensive player, but I can count on his 10, 12 a night. Al Horford can play defense. I can at least count if you can play defense, at least give me 10, 12, and you in my starting lineup, and I got two people like Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, and finally Marcus Smart that can actually run my offense without just throwing it away, trying to do extra shit. I can be confident that in a smaller rotational team that really has to just outscore me. I mean, I know Ray
This
tried
is
to
what I'm
say
saying
because
though,
of
Chris.
go ahead.
Because when you look at the Nets, I mean, it's cool to kind of be like thinking the Nets is just strictly uh an offensive team. But do you know Brooklyn Nets is top 10 in defensive rating? They're top in
Yeah, and but like I said, I'm just thinking more playoffs. I'm just
you know they're
wondering when
number
it
one in
comes.
blocks. So that means they're the best team when it comes to rim protection.
Yeah, because and KD has been a big part of that. I just wonder if he gonna like and I'm just thinking strictly playoffs. I'm just wondering if a lot of the stuff they doing defensively is gonna carry over into the playoffs. That's pretty much all I'm
Uh,
saying. I ain't trying to take nothing
okay,
away from
okay,
them.
let's break it down. Let's break it down real quick. Evan Mobley and KD are the same height.
Yeah.
Nick Claxton is a 7-footer. Ben Simmons is 6'10", 6'11". So it's like the size mismatch is not what everybody think it is in terms of height. Like they probably don't have the weight, but then Jared Allen and Mobley ain't that heavy either. So it's like, hey,
Well,
them
but
heights that
that's but that's Cleveland you talking about. I'm talking more or less if we talking Milwaukee or Boston.
uh I feel like the Nets can outscore Milwaukee. I feel like the Nets will have more trouble with 76ers in Boston than anybody, but I feel like the Nets can beat the Cavs. I feel like the Nets can beat the Bucks. I feel
Yeah,
like they
but
was
no,
trouble with
when I was talking that though, I was literally just talking that scenario. If I was talking about them going against Milwaukee and Boston, like
they'll
a
beat
bigger
Milwaukee.
team.
They'll beat Milwaukee. They'll beat
Okay.
Milwaukee. They'll beat Milwaukee, bro. KD almost beat Milwaukee by himself. We seen that. Woof. Cause I just feel like that's a bad matchup for Milwaukee because it's like they pride themselves on defense. They're not a great scoring team either, and
Yeah,
it's no defending the Nets. It's literally no defending them. They go on 30-5 runs, Chris. Like every game I was watching when they were doing what they were doing, they would put teams away because they can go on a 30-5 run, Chris. I done seen it against the Cavaliers. They'll go on a 30-5 run or a 20-12 run. They put runs together offensively because TJ Warren is so underrated. Like TJ Warren he came back, he's a bucket. He's coming off the bench. Seth Curry's back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even mentioned KD and Kyrie Irving. Ben Simmons is playing the Draymond role. Like he's facilitating, playing good defense, rebounding, pushing in transition, blocking shots. My thing, hey, the Nets is a scary team. Hey, when KD is a reason why KD was an MVP consideration, and the Nets was the number one team. Like, well, the number two team. But that Nets team, Milwaukee, I don't know. Philly, the only thing I can say about Philly is, man, with Joel Embiid, if he plays how he's supposed to play, he go bully them in the post. He's too big.
that's it.
They don't have no beef for no Embiid. So that's my only thing that why I feel like Philly could beat the Nets. And then Boston could beat the Nets because I feel like they just had the confidence. They'd be like, man, we already swept these boys.
I already smacked them boys.
Yeah, so I feel like the 76ers.
But I do feel like that Nets Celtics would be a good because the Nets beat them the year they lost to the Bucks in the second round.
Yeah.
They didn't sweep them, but but that'd be a good series if they ended up having to play in the first round.
Boy, this mug approaching 3 hours. We could talk about the 76ers and then the Celtics real quick, then really the last two teams. I feel like the Celtics and the Nuggets been the most consistent teams in the league. So I have nothing to say about the Celtics because even when they went on a little slump,
they was on a slump and they still was like the Bucks took it for like what a couple of days.
Couple of days, and then the Celtics went on a 7-game winning streak.
Came right back and snatched it right back up.
So I feel like they have two top 15 players. I feel like Tatum a top 5, top 6 player. Jaylen Brown, he's borderline top 10, top 15. Marcus Smart has got better at facilitating. His shot then got better. He's playing the point guard position better overall. I feel like when they get Brogdon back,
I feel like as long and even without Brogdon, bro, I feel like as long as Smart just plays the position and don't try to do too much, because I said when they played that series against Golden State, I feel like it got to a point that where he got desperate and just tried to do too much when it's like, no, that's really not you, bro. Like you still the third option. You know what I'm saying? But this year, like we had this conversation about who was I talking about? We was talking about the Wizards big three and was saying how Kuzma is going off. And I said that Kuzma could be a little bit of facilitator then Washington could kind of go off. He can be kind of like Marcus Smart. And Marcus Smart is somebody who has a shot, learned how to facilitate, and can play defense. So if you have somebody like that, and I feel like Marcus Smart has made a tremendous leap just from last year.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as he stays true to just doing that, I feel like even just with him, Tatum, and Brown, and if you at least got either Horford or Williams, like of course, if they got both of them, you in some trouble. But if you got either or, I still think they can be a problem in the playoffs against anybody.
Yeah. I feel like Embiid is a real matchup problem in the East though, because I just feel like because Horford and Robert Williams is solid. They both 6'9".
Yeah, because Horford, in my opinion, is the only one as far as like when you talk about a nigga that's like got some bricks in him. Horford is the only one I feel like that can actually shit, kind of deal with him. That's because it's like it's hard to say deal with him because can't nobody deal with that motherfucker, but kind of deal with him. Horford,
I,
I feel like is the only one.
I just feel like, man, that's a big ass. Horford old as hell. It's like, man, go guard.
Yeah, it's a big. I'm just talking about size wise, body type. He's the only one that I can say like if Embiid is in the post, like yeah, Horford's gonna be on the one on him. You might have to send some help, but the matchup might not be as terrible as somebody else. Because of
No,
course
it's not.
Giannis is a top.
It's not, but it's
Because
still
Giannis is
4 inches
taller.
and 20 pounds, though, Chris. 4 inches and
Yeah,
20
I
pounds.
know, but Giannis is a taller player, but he still get back down. Like that height don't mean shit when you go against a goddamn grown man. You put your hands up trying to block some shit, he just gonna back you down and that hand gonna swing.
I just feel like Philly, if they don't get it this year, it's gonna be because of either Harden or Embiid or both. And I feel like I don't think neither one of them is really good playoff performers. So it's only so much I trust with Philly. Uh, but I feel
I
like
mean,
Philly
I'm not
can
gonna
make
too
some
much
noise just
even.
because of Embiid. His
That's a
size.
hard argument just because, like, oof. I mean, because Embiid has always pretty much put up his numbers. It's just I don't know. I feel like Embiid is really like a player that like he's Shaq and he's looking for his Kobe. Not necessarily saying that somebody's gonna put up 20 plus points like Kobe did, but like just somebody that's like I feel like if he had Jamal Murray during the years he was healthy, I feel like he could have got to at least a finals. You know what I'm saying? Because I know Ben Simmons was, at one point playing like a top 20 player in the league, but it just felt like his confidence was never kind of like there, especially in that Atlanta series where he was kind of passing up open shots people was talking about and stuff like that, yada yada yada. Like I feel like he could have got to the finals that year if he had a player that was like, "Hey, I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker if I got the look."
Uh, that's cool,
Because
but
I kind of feel like
but you that's good for that year because I feel you on that.
just for that year, like overall,
yeah.
I ain't trying to speak for overall, but that year for sure.
Because
You know what I'm
last year he had a
saying?
broke face. The year before that, Ben Simmons fell apart. But when he had Jimmy Butler, it was no excuse. Like when
There,
Jimmy Butler was, it was no excuse. And it's just like at some point we do have to be like, oh, this dude just probably not in the
I
playoffs.
mean,
We
I
did it
feel
with
you
Chris
on that.
Paul. We did it with Chris
He,
Paul.
you're right, but it's like, damn, they did lose to the eventual NBA champions. So
But my thing is,
I feel
dude,
you
you
though. They
7 foot
took them to
one and
seven
you're getting
games, but
scoring
yeah, I feel
titles.
you. Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't feel bad for you, dog. You 7'1", you the biggest player in the league. And you
Yeah,
could say
yeah, I
you the
feel
top
you.
five. You one of the best scorers in the league. You the biggest player in the league physically. Like, it's no excuse not for you not to dominate. Like, Shaq was dominant, and you could say Embiid is more talented than Shaq, but you can't say Embiid is better. But anything? Any last words before we wrap it up?
Embiid is not more talented.
I guess. I guess, right? You can make an argument. What the hell is?
I was moving my laptop. My fault.
But no, you can say it be more talented than Shaq. He's not better, but
You
you can
can
say he's
say
more.
it. That don't mean it's right.
Any last
Go
words?
outside,
Because we
I can
damn
go
near hit
outside
3
right
hours.
now and say the grass is blue. That don't mean it really is.
So what do you consider talented? What do you?
Shaq is more athletic. Um, Shaq was more physically um, dominant. He was. I mean, he had a softer touch. He knew how to use the glass more. Uh, Only thing you can say Embiid was more talented was shooting.
I
When you
mean,
talk about just the overall aspect of basketball, it's
I
not.
mean,
I don't see not one center since Shaq left that's more talented than Shaq.
you say Shaq more
Shaq didn't have
dominant
work
than
ethic.
Thompson.
That's what
Hey,
he lacked.
Embiid
His
a better
talent
mid
was
range
already there.
shooter.
The
Embiid
fact
a
that
better free throw shooter, mid range shooter, 3-point shooter.
you about to name off things that are
Uh,
not going to say
e-
it's not going to help your argument.
Equal
I tell you that
passing.
I say he's a better shooter. You naming off everything I already say he's better at.
So what do you consider talent? What do you consider talent? Ain't shooting a talent?
The fact that Shaq came
Scoring?
into training camp out of shape, off season out of shape, and still gave you 30 plus in his peak, that speaks talent. That's natural talent. I don't have to work on this. I can just go out there and do it. That's natural talent.
Bro, Embiid is fucking taking people off the dribble, hitting leaning mid-range jumpers. Like, bro, no. Embiid has more skill than Shaq.
And seeing that makes you say, man, this dude is more talented than Shaq.
Talented, yes, not dominant. I didn't say I didn't say dominant or better. I said talented. Talent. Embiid has more basketball skill and talent than Shaq, bro. Shaq was literally they literally had something called hacker Shaq because dude couldn't hit free throws. They free.
No,
That's
not
come on, bro. Dude can't shoot.
Okay, we're not about to
can't shoot
rewrite.
from
We're not
nowhere.
about to rewrite history. That's not why they started doing it. They realized, you know what? We can't stop this guy because he's that physically dominant, and
he can't hit free throws.
We just so happen to find out he can't hit free throws. So instead of getting a guaranteed bucket, let's send him to the line.
So Shaq, you can say Shaq more talented than Embiid, and Shaq can't shoot a damn free throw.
Okay.
He had that one little post, little hook.
Chamberlain wasn't a great free throw shooter.
Say, bro.
What are we talking about?
I brought up Shaq and Embiid. I brought up Shaq and Embiid. Here you go.
You talking about free throw shooting that prove your point? He's more talented. That's crazy.
He's a better shooter. Period. He's a better ball handler. He's a better passer.
Okay, now we're not about to go that far. You can say,
bro, talent is talent, bro.
Bro, who cares about being the greatest passer as a center?
Oh my!
That does not make you more talented than me.
He's more talented. He's more skilled, and you not saying nothing outside of man. Who cares about that? Who cares about that? I said that. I gave him that. Goddamn, you ain't said nothing. What makes Shaq more skilled and talented?
Shaq was a better scorer. Shaq was a better shot blocker.
Shaq was a better scorer.
Are we serious? In his prime? You're taking Embiid in his prime over Shaq in his prime scoring wise.
You can say more a dominant scorer, but not better scorer. Embiid just won a scoring title. He might get another one back to back.
Shaq won a scoring title.
Okay, Embiid might get two back to back.
Who did Embiid win a scoring title over in a prime? Name me these players in a prime that he got a scoring title over.
Oh my goodness! Here we go with this dude. Averaged 30. Never mind. If they in this era, they suck to you. No, dude, averaging 34 and 10, 34, 10 and 4 right now. Shoot 35% from 3, 85% from the free throw line, 54% from the field. Dude is more. I ain't going right. You can say whatever you want to say. And Embiid is more talented and skilled than Shaq was, but Shaq was more dominant and a better player. I don't feel like that's crazy to say.
Like I said earlier, everybody plays a fool sometimes.
Dude has been averaging 28, 11 and 3, 31, 12 and 4, 34, 10 and 4. Bro, god damn. Talent and skill, you can't give him that. I ain't saying he's a better player.
You honestly believe that? I'm not about to try to change your mind on that, but I don't.
Because you be making it seem like I'll be saying something that's just so outrageous.
It is outrageous to think that Embiid is more talented than Shaq. Why hasn't it translated? All these players you be saying more talented than other players.
Because he didn't have Kobe or Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, you boy. Ridiculous, man.
I'm just playing. Shaq more dominant. Shaq was more aggressive. Shaq really went for it.
Shaq talent translated to stuff. Stop comparing him to guys who don't translate to nothing.
I said skill and talent. I didn't say he was better or more dominant.
He don't belong in no breath with Shaq. I don't care what we talking about.
Dude,
he don't belong there.
Hold on, Ray. I do think you get a little emotional.
Yeah,
no, because like, bro, come on now, Ray. Where was Shaq's game at, bro? Like, and again, this is not trying to say that somebody is better than the other, but Shaq's game was at the rim. I'm not taking nothing away from Shaq, bro. But Embiid can play at the rim. Embiid can play at the mid range. Embiid can hit a 3-point shot.
Name me all the centers on the top of your head that gave you multiple seasons, several seasons of 25 and more, and their game was strictly just in the paint.
Bro, no,
we going to the iPad.
Bro, Chris, he trying to give you with numbers. We're talking.
Wait. So wait. Are you talking? Numbers. Are you talking? Wait. Are you talking current or just centers all time?
All time. They game was strictly the paint, and they still was giving you 25 or more consistently.
Bro, that's cool, but what does that have to do with a nigga's skill level?
Because you're talking
skill level. What do you think skill is, right, Nard? What do you think skill is? Dribbling, shooting.
Shaq can have skill?
Oh my God, not as much as Embiid.
Right, Nard. Me being 300 pounds. Me being 300
nostalgia.
Ray, me being 300 plus pounds and using my God-given.
You forget him before Shaq went to the Lakers. What type of player Shaq really was? Shaq became that. Okay, I'm just gonna stay on the block because I can't be stopped. But when he was with Orlando, he showcased ball handling skills. He would bring the ball down the court on the fast break. Are you forgetting that?
He still wasn't better than Embiid, bro. In terms of talent and skill level, Embiid is hitting fadeaway jumpers from the mid post. He's pulling up from 30. He's taking dudes off the dribble and dunking. He's bringing the ball off the court.
This is one of those arguments where I hear people say certain centers are more skilled or talented than Kareem because Kareem only had one shot.
Oh my God!
And this is where
you're the master of bringing up somebody else when we're talking about two totally different people.
Why would I fix something that ain't broke?
I didn't say it was broke. I just said bro was more skilled. You act like it's a crime.
You said yourself, I wish Embiid would play on the block more because sometimes he just be getting out of control with that other stuff. So obviously that game
he's so skilled, he's overdoing it on the perimeter, but he's still averaging 34 points.
You said he's overdoing it.
Bro, skill level and overdoing it, bro, that ain't gonna diminish his skill level in my eyes. That's what I'm telling you, bro. It's like he already got a scoring title. He's possibly going to get another one. He would have had MVPs if it wasn't for Jokic. But like, come on now. Like, Embiid ain't no bum. It ain't no crime for me to say he's more skilled and talented than Shaq was, even though Shaq was more dominant and a better overall player. I don't see what the crime is.
The crime is you actually they in the same breath.
That's what I'm saying. That's disrespectful.
It is disrespectful.
Ray, you a nasty dude, bro. You is a nasty dude, bro. You talking now we don't win. Now Embiid a bum, and I can't compare his talent.
I'm saying he's a bum compared to Shaq. That's crazy now.
Talent and skill. This dude crazy, Chris. I'm finna wrap this up, yo, guys.
You're saying how is that what you hearing? You saying what you're hearing out of my mouth when I say Shaq is more talented? Is that saying that Embiid is a bum? How are you hearing that just because I'm saying Shaq is more talented?
Because it's not true.
Hold on, DJ. I want you to really hear what you're saying versus what I'm actually saying. You think I'm saying that Embiid is a bum because I think Shaq is more talented?
I don't really think you think Embiid is a bum, but I'm saying that's how it's making me feel when I use like nope, can't even put them in the same breath. Damn, why not? Dude averaging 34 points, bro.
You can't though. What has Embiid done on Shaq's level?
Oh, and here we go to resume. I didn't bring up resume. I said Shaq was more dominant. And
I done found it. Hold on, gentlemen. Wait a minute.
Resumes,
No. Yeah. Oh shit. I done found it. Hold
What has
on.
Embiid done on the playoff level that Shaq has?
We're not talking playoffs. We're talking skill level.
Forget
We're talking
about
about skill
finals.
level. You changing the subject. I'm not changing the
Why your
subject. I'm
skill
not
level
going for
ain't
that today.
translating in the playoffs then?
I'm not going for that today.
Why your skill level not translating in the playoffs?
I'm not going for that today.
Name me an all-time great whose skill
I'm
level
not
didn't
going for that
translate in the
today.
playoffs.
I brought up one aspect of something. Nope, I'm not going for that.
Name me any all-time
I told
great.
you Shaq has a better resume and he's a greater player and he's more dominant.
I ain't talking about the rings. I'm talking about just what Shaq did for his scoring wise, whatever his game was. Why does Embiid's game not translate in the playoffs?
Who knows? Who knows?
Hey, word to my man Ticket. You be bringing these Rudy Poo people and trying to compare them to all-time greats. I ain't gonna stand up here and have that. No, we're not doing that.
So now Joel Embiid is Rudy Poo. You just said I'm not okay. You just said I'm not calling him a bum, but now you
look at his playoff numbers. Go look at Joel Embiid playoff numbers.
24 and 11.
Nasty work. And he's still in his prime. Shaq in his prime. Are you serious? 24 and 11? Are you serious?
That's because last year he was hurt, so he was at 24. But the 2 years before that, he was at 30 and 12, and then he was at 28.
Jokic had a stronger point, man. God, dog, you bringing up this Rudy Poo dude.
Okay, so you think Joel Embiid is Rudy Poo? That's okay. You should have said that from the jump. Now I understand. But skill talent level, I thought Joel Embiid was one of the
care about what your skill talent level is when in crucial moments it don't show up.
Okay, I never argued against that, dude. I said Shaq was more dominant. I said Shaq had a better career. I said, bro. So answer this question: does Joel Embiid dribble and shoot and pass better than Shaq?
He's an armadillo.
No, all right.
A tumbleweed.
Okay, I guess, bro. He was a crazy guy.
You ain't never seen Shaq fold.
Okay, well, he is. You know what I'm saying? You know,
we got outplayed by Trae Young.
Okay.
All this, boy, heck no. You talking about talent and skill?
You act like Shaq. Don't let me go down through there like Shaq ain't only get to these finals when he had 2 top 3 players at their position. So we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. I'm pretty sure if Joel Embiid had Kobe and Dwayne Wade, that's a hell of a duo too, bro.
Boy.
He had Ben Simmons and Jimmy Butler. No offense to Jimmy Butler, but
I finna say now we talking down on Jimmy Butler. Okay.
He not Dwayne Wade and Kobe. The hell we talking? He not even Penny Hardaway.
So you have to have that caliber level player for him to get
Shaq
the job done.
Shaq did.
That's just how his career played out. We can't put that against Shaq because that's how his career played out. Now you're trying to hold that against him. Oh, he had these players. Is that his fault? Did he go to management?
You bringing up resumes when I'm bringing up the individual, and I'm just like, man, you can't do it.
I brought up their playoff stats. I didn't bring up anything about their rings. Because for one, we can't talk about finals because Embiid ain't never been there. He probably had courtside seats.
Shaq averaged 24 and 12 in the playoffs, bro.
See, you're going based off of what he did as his career.
Oh my God! I said moving the goalpost.
When I moved the goalpost, I said Embiid is averaging 24 and 11 in his prime. I said Shaq would never average 24 and 11 in his prime,
bro. Embiid last 2 years, that's not the last year when he broke his face, he averaged 28 and 30.
Okay, so I finally found the stats for leading players in the paint.
I could talk from my profile pick too, Ray. Go on.
So the only center that scored more than Shaq in the paint was Kareem. And I'm going based off of games played. Because it say Shaq played 1207, Kareem played 1560. But Kobe scored more points in the paint with more games. LeBron did, and Karl Malone. But the only center was Kareem.
Man, that's all good and well, but Joel Embiid has more skill level than Shaq.
It just don't translate well, I guess.
Okay. I gave you that already. You keep beating that
So
to
what?
death, and I already
Bro,
said
what is
that.
skill? What is skill and talent if it ain't contributing? What does
Skill and
that really
talent is still
mean?
skill and talent. You would be doing all that talking about Tracy. See, this be my. All right, Ray.
When have I ever said Trace McGrady was more talented? I said he's a great scorer. You trying to put more words in my mouth, and I like what? I said Trace McGrady was a great, all-time great scorer that I've seen.
Okay.
That's one. I ain't go as far as saying, "Oh, he's more talented than this guy." Like what? And if he was, I've never said that though. Like I've never placed him against anybody and said he's more talented.
Joel Embiid's skill level and talent level is higher than Shaq's, even though Shaq was a better player and he was more dominant and had a better career and better playoff performance.
Until it actually
you like that better?
Until it actually translates to something meaningful, I'm just gonna say his ceiling can be higher than Shaq's. Until then,
my goodness,
he ain't doing nothing.
My Lord,
yo, bro, you act way older than what you is, man. You capping pretty old, like, bro,
hey,
dude. You don't have to protect the old guard like this. It's okay. We watched them all. I mean, Joel Embiid, come on, bro. You watch Joel Embiid at his best. That dude is he taking people off the dribble, shooting middies. He taking fadeaways. Bro, he's shooting from 30 feet.
I want to make sure I'm hearing this right. So you be more impressed by what Joel Embiid's doing than what you seen Shaq do?
I ain't gonna stump from a skill level, yeah. Dominance, no. Shaq didn't used to do nothing. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Shaq didn't used to do nothing but fucking back people down, dunk, or hit that little.
I heard they was coming out with a new juke. I heard they was coming out with a new Jack City movie. I didn't know they was asking you to be Pookie in the remake. So it makes sense.
That was a long setup. That joke. That was a long setup.
That nigga's stupid, bro.
That was a long setup. I get it, but no.
I ain't going.
Bro, Joel Embiid has more skill than Shaq, bro. Better at dribbling, passing, and shooting. That's all I'm saying, bro. Skill level. God damn. You be so quick to just you ain't even said that.
It's okay, Ray. It's okay. Shaq was better than Tim Duncan, but Tim Duncan got more rings. It's okay.
I don't know if Shaq was better than Tim Duncan either, though.
I knew I was about to start something. That's the only reason why I said it.
Ray know the truth. He ain't even gonna argue that.
Shaq the best big I ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
Whoa. I told you.
On that note, Who Historians.
I told you I was gonna start something.
Who Stories, episode 8. On Diddy's No Ball. That's Ray. That's White Boy Chris. Until next time.
Yes, sir.